Wow, that's cranked. That's cranked. Oh, boy.
What, you good? No?
I think I'm good.
I'm good. Got it. All systems go. Good morning.
Good morning. Opie and Anthony. We could start with two very serious phone calls.
Serious?
One after another here on the old phone lines.
All
Get
right.
him out of the way.
Yeah, let's get it out of the way. We never start with the listeners. Let's go to Matt in Harlem. Matt, what's going on?
Yeah, what's up, O&A? Love you, love the show.
Thank you, sir.
I don't mean to bring it down at this early in the morning, but I'm surprised yesterday you guys didn't mention what happened on Sunday with the abortion doctor George Tiller getting murdered in church.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's pretty fucked up just because of what he was doing was for the benefit of the mother and the eventually, born disabled child, or the one, it's just it's a messed up situation.
Well, yeah, I mean, that abortion issue is a scary one.
You get lunatics on the right. These religious lunatics that think that murdering in the name of the Lord is a great thing to do, and they're crazy. They're really kind of.
Unfortunately, some of the boys in the Fox News network passively encouraged by calling him Tiller the Killer, and said he had blood on his hands way back when in '96
Well,
when he
of
got
course.
shot from doing this. So it's unfortunate that you got guys that you can sometimes agree with in the Fox News network that. It's unfortunate that, they fuel the fire for these people that just need the right reasons to do this stupid shit.
No, you can't even say it like that. They don't fuel the fire for people. Anyone who's going to pick up a gun and go kill an abortion doctor has got problems that go a lot farther than agreeing with Fox News and them pushing them over the edge. Come on, man.
I know, Jimmy, but it's just, it's like you can't, out of all the things, domestic terrorism like that, and because it is terrorism, because it's going to make other doctors afraid to come out and say, I do this kind of practice, because there's so many doctors that don't announce it. There's only like 2 or 3 doctors that announce they do this practice, and there's more of them that actually do it, that do it underhandedly. And when you have Fox News that kind of presents it and makes them feel good about what they're doing because they encourage the hatred of these doctors that are doing it for the benefit of the mother.
There is a passive kind of encouragement that goes on some of the programs on Fox News and things like Fox News, or just mailers from religious organizations that are a little more not as passive as Fox News is. They're like, hey, yay, chalk one up for us kind of a thing. But yeah.
You're getting the NRA stuff. It's like it's the exact same kind of how committed they are to their task.
But that's the crazy side of the conservatives. The liberals have their own crazy side that do the same, kooky shit. I mean, you're talking the extremes.
It's a religious extremist, man.
Yeah.
It's getting harder and harder to get an abortion, I'll tell you that much. This guy was
Did you guys? Church. They did it in a fucking
Well,
church.
that was the only place.
How could they do that?
Hold on, that was the only place they could do it. If you read anything about this doctor, he was well protected. He had security 24 hours a day. He had security cameras. He had people walking him in and out of his practice. So that was the only place they could get him.
Is because they say they did it for religious reasons, but they do it in a church.
Dude, you're looking for the... Hold on. You're looking
for logic. I mean,
it's silly.
The guy obviously...
There's no logic in it, but it really inflames me that there's people like this in our own country where we pretend to be the higher calling, and call other people barbarians, but it's like, we're fucking knee deep in this shit.
But dude, a guy who would do that would kill a hitchhiker. Or there's people murdered every day. This is just, it's like an issue that's never going to get solved in our country. People are never going to agree on abortion. So once in a while, some maniac is going to pull out a weapon. I think it was Eric Rudolph did it. Once in a while, it's going to happen. It's just too big an issue for people to not occasionally get killed over. I'm not saying that it's the way it is.
This is
the difference between a maniac who kills a hitchhiker, Jimmy, and this guy. These guys are heavily funded, like Anthony said, with the mailers and all that. They plan it. I mean, this is this is internal terrorism in its finest as far as like that kind of stuff. Just like the Oklahoma City bombings. I mean, it's not too much different.
This is the first one in 10 years, by the way. The last one was in Buffalo.
Yeah. It is different though because I'm not saying it's not sickening, but it's one person killed every X amount of years. I mean, yeah, I'm not demeaning it or saying it's not important, but you can't say it's domestic
And it's some
terrorism.
crazy guy.
Jimmy, I disagree with you 100%. I usually do agree with your. I'm not trying to take the word terrorism and put it out of context. This is terrorism because it's going to make other doctors afraid to announce what they do. And there's tons of doctors who do this legally.
Loves abortion.
Sir, I don't say you're wrong with the motive of it, but I'm saying the occasional wacko who takes it to the extreme and kills somebody, I don't think you can classify as domestic terrorism. I think it happens too infrequently. And
religious fundamentalism, which is a form of terrorism if it's taken to the extreme of killing somebody.
all right.
Yeah, there's going to be less doctors doing this now, obviously.
Yes, and that's
Obviously.
the point of terrorism, to prevent the act of what they were killing for, to make it people afraid. I know terrorism is, we have this thought of terrorism in war, but this is terrorism.
But the papers are reporting there's a doctor already taking this guy's place. I think he packed his bags from another town and he's moving in. He's moving in to take over.
Not being afraid.
How many bitches you knock up?
Yeah, Jesus, you must have
Matt?
a potent load, Matt. Why are you so
Damn,
invested?
Matt loves his abortions.
Let's just say it's thicker than tapioca. That's what.
Lovely.
Fucking this is the no condoms, Matt.
I use the Anthony Cumia method.
That's it.
What's
Pull
that?
that off at the thumb.
Oh, I think I'm too young to get pregnant.
All right, thanks, Jimmy. Punch it out, boys.
All right,
All
yeah.
right, sir.
Yeah, he's right. We didn't touch on that one yesterday.
Yeah.
That's a heavy one, man.
He's very passionate.
Like Jimmy said,
about it.
that will never be solved.
Obama had a good statement about abortion. He was saying,
Did
like,
he?
abortion. Yeah, I liked what he said about people who, like, because someone was shouting him down when he was speaking. And he said that, look, we're never going to agree on this. It's like you're never going to agree on it. So the key is just not to reduce the opposition to a caricature. Or it was some really smart point he made about
That's
it.
kind of, yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's never, they will never, it's a death penalty. You'll never have an agreement.
Yeah. You could have discussions on it, but you're never going to, at the end of the conversation, have the guy go, "You're right.
Yeah.
I've changed my point of view."
Those arguments are just exhausting.
I know.
Because no one changes their stance whatsoever.
No.
They don't even move a little bit. A little bit. And yeah, I did say it's getting tougher and tougher to get abortions. Yes. Yes, I did.
Where do you pick one up? I need to get an abortion.
Sarah Silverman had a great joke. She's like, I want to get an abortion, but I'm trying to get pregnant first. That's hilarious.
And then we
gotta go get you one of those abortions.
Then we got another heavy story coming in from Paul the trucker. Paul, starting differently
morning,
today on the Opie and
boys.
Anthony show. Hey, Paul.
Hey, man.
Yeah, this is Paul, the former Green Beret. We have spoken before. My good pal Anthony, listen, I am just really angry with this. I want to use so many words to describe this individual, but out of being nice, I will not use them.
Go ahead.
So I don't get the bell. I'll just say piece of shit.
Okay.
Muslim convert that decided to take it upon himself and drive by the recruiting station and gun down some soldiers yesterday in Little Rock, Arkansas, killing a young white private. Now, where is Reverend Al with the outrage today? I don't hear him. I hear crickets.
I didn't even hear about it.
Not racially motivated? Yeah, really? What kind of story is that?
I didn't even hear about it.
Hear about
Oh,
it.
what? No, this was a big one, too.
Wow.
Recruiting station in Little Rock, Arkansas. Two guys. I guess there's something in the Army where right after basic training, you could come home for a couple of weeks if you work at a recruiting office.
Yes, it's called the Hometown Recruiter. I did it when I was a private.
So it gives you an opportunity to come home after basic training, see your family and friends. You're still working for the Army, but you work at the recruiting office. And it was a drive-by shooting. Two guys got shot, right?
Yes, it was a white private and a young Hispanic private. The white private died. This guy, his last name was originally his last name was Bledsoe, I believe, but he was a Muslim convert, drove by, opened fire with an SKS rifle, killing the young white private, severely wounding the young Hispanic. They caught him a few miles away. He had all kinds of items in his vehicle. They said another pistol, another rifle, some type of explosive. And he basically said, yeah, I did it. I did it for political and religious reasons. And they're charging him right now with murder, terroristic actions, and something else. And I'm just sitting there going, this scumbag should just be beaten to death. But where's Reverend Al with the outrage? This is here we have.
Well, it's a black guy.
Well,
It's a black guy. So you won't hear when Black Guy's the perpetrator, you won't hear Reverend Al.
We need a white Reverend Al.
This doesn't happen.
I mean, I think Reverend Al is almost ready to admit to everybody that he only cares about black issues. Because it's becoming so blatantly obvious.
It just me. This young soldier got killed here in the United States by someone wanting to be a terrorist and hasn't even started his life yet, and it's just enraging.
Well, now he'll lawyer up and he'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then his dad, I guess his dad was in Memphis, this scumbag. And, I have no comment. No, why don't you have a comment to what your son did? Have a comment. Say, hey, what my son did was wrong. I don't condone it. But no, I already see it right now. Oh, they're persecuting my son. Oh, they're treating him so bad. I just see the whole scenario playing out. As Anthony would say it is a normal routine whenever they do something wrong.
Yeah. The lawyers will just talk about the poor upbringing and the confusion and poor guy, and then hopefully he'll get life in prison or the death penalty anyway.
How many guns are we up to now, Ant?
I don't know. I lost count a while back. A lot. Suffice to say,
I wanted to share something with you real quick. My girlfriend's father just recently acquired a Luftwaffe officer's pistol. Took a look at it. Of course, I'm looking for the stamping, and there it was right there on the side of the barrel lug, my friend.
Yeah, you need the old stamping on there, if you know what I mean.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, take it easy. Have a good day, boys.
See you, man.
All right, Paul.
Ammo seems to be the big problem these days, acquiring ammunition. A lot of people stocking up, so it's hard to get. I buy online now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty heavy story too.
I didn't hear about that.
Oh yeah, that was a biggie yesterday.
Well, the plane kind of took over everything yesterday.
Yeah, that pushed a bunch of the stories off the
That's the big
off the front page.
The big story, the big Air France jetliner.
They're starting to say this is a rare one.
Yeah,
severe weather taking a plane out of the sky is very, very rare.
Yeah, it's rare
and that's
these
what
days.
they're hinting at.
The A330 Airbus. No commercial accidents in 14 years with this plane. Very, very safe aircraft. And
you know what? You just bummed me out so bad.
Why?
Usually when I see a plane go down, I go, well, it's in another country. That means we sold them our old plane. So,
Right.
you know, we got newer planes. They got our old planes. And, of course, they're supposed to crash now.
This plane went into service, this particular plane went into service in 2005.
Oh, great.
Relatively
wonderful.
The planes itself, the A330, came out like 1998. Yeah, it's a relatively safe plane.
Great.
But they fly, there's apparently this area of intertropical convergence between Africa and South America, a little jet stream by the equator there that really is volatile. I mean, you get thunderstorms that are rising up to 50,000 feet. You're taking off, you're trying to climb, and you're going through these storm clouds like this. It's over, Johnny.
You know what it's supposed to be? That's supposed to be a hurricane.
Yeah.
But because of where it sits on Earth,
It's not cooked yet.
well, but it's on the equator, so it just kind of it can't
It has no spin yet until it gets north or south of
exactly
the equator.
exactly. But basically, that is the start of a hurricane that never really forms because of where it's located on the Earth.
Well,
but it's just
usually-
a massive weather disturbance.
You get those low pressure areas when they start creeping north. They get that counterclockwise rotation, and that's when the shenanigans start with the hurricanes. But this is just massive thunderstorms, and this plane apparently was flying right into it. Real heavy turbulence, and then they had catastrophic electrical failures.
How do they know all that already?
A number of them. I guess the plane, twitters to headquarters. That's pretty much what the plane does now. It talks to
Right.
Air France. It sent an email and said, "Oh, our electronics are really screwing up here."
Well, you think that was the lightning strike?
It could have been the lightning strike. It could have been the turbulence that shook something loose. It might have been. They say usually a lightning strike on a plane does no more than make a dent the size of a quarter in the side of a plane, maybe. They're built to take lightning strikes.
Yeah, I would hope so. They're fucking metal flying through clouds.
Yeah.
Jeez, that sucks if they just hope they miss it.
Yeah. It's hard to avoid a lightning bolt.
We were watching a video of a plane getting struck by lightning yesterday. It's amazing.
Really?
And nothing happened to the plane. It kind of just moved around quickly in the sky, and then it was back in its flight pattern within a second.
They may, you know what? They may have actually just had an electrical failure that was lightning or may not have been lightning. It could have just been a fucking problem. If these things don't go down in 14 years, eventually it's going to go down. It could have just been a combination of all that stuff.
They said that, like, they're not going to get to the crash site until Wednesday. This happened yesterday morning.
Yeah, well,
and they'll finally get there tomorrow.
A pilot that was coming into the airport reported seeing an orange glow on the surface of the water, which now he knows was a burning plane or pieces of it. So, I guess they got to get the troops together, get them out there. But I don't know what they're going to find.
They're not going to find shit. And they're not going to find the black box because I was reading it's deep water. And you were telling me, what, 9,000 feet?
Yeah, something like that. Very, deep enough where the wreckage, they say the plane wreckage might never be recovered at this point. And a lot of the victims also
it's like a
not recovered. One of those things where, the family's got to go on the boat with the wreaths and throw them in because
what else are you going to do?
Can you
you're
imagine?
Not really going to find people.
Like, you don't know, like, you're taking off from Rio, right? You're going home and you're thinking about, all right, I got to get to work tomorrow. I had a great vacation.
Yeah.
You don't realize that your body is now never going to be recovered. Like, I'm leaving Rio right now. I am going to spend the rest of eternity 10,000 feet in the ocean.
You're just going to disappear and be pretty much eaten by fish.
But I've thought about that. Does it really matter to have your body recovered?
It's just a creepy thought.
I guess it's for the family that continues living.
Want to have somewhere to go.
Yeah.
Cry.
But you as a...
Touch the stone with your hand and go, poor little feller.
Well, we do it for the living because I think you as a human being, you're like, all right, well...
Jesus. That's a big
what are you
freaking
gonna
bolt
do?
of lightning that hits that plane.
Let's say hi to Dan in Ohio. Dan.
Dad.
Yeah, what's up, boys?
Hey.
Hey, I wanted to call out that first guy who called in about the blaming Fox News. That was exactly Keith Olbermann's point on his show on Monday night. He went on a half-hour rant calling out Fox News and specifically Bill O'Reilly, which I'm not a big fan of, but calling him for fueling the flame and calling him Tiller the Killer and all that, trying to blame it all on Fox News, trying to say that it's all their fault, basically.
Why is it Fox News' fault? Like,
I don't know. I don't
Keith
agree.
Olbermann is the biggest douchebag. And I guess if I really had to sit here and think about it, Keith Olbermann, Bill O'Reilly, I probably lean more toward what Keith Olbermann represents. But he is such an asshole that I want Bill O'Reilly to kick his ass. And Bill O'Reilly's a dick.
Yeah.
But Keith Olbermann is that guy you hated in school.
Yeah.
It's known that Fox News leans a little more conservative than the every other news organization.
Well, MSNBC does a nice job leaning the other way. So,
Sure.
But I guess there is
what
a
the
responsibility to not incite. If you look at something and it's inciting people to murder other people based on religious beliefs, that's pretty fucking crazy.
That's
me.
nuts.
But I don't think that's what they're doing, especially somebody who's perhaps a responsible broadcaster. I don't know.
Oh,
Are
Keith-
there any over there?
Keith is such a tough guy when that camera's on. Oh.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch him?
No, I've never watched the show.
I watch him to get pissed off.
They can just get mad. I know. Yeah. Ugh.
He's too smart. That guy's a pit bull.
He's a douche.
A boo.
Let's say hi to Russ, the trucker. Russ, what are you hauling today?
I got some turbine parts.
Turbine parts?
Yeah.
Got me some turbine
Who
parts.
the hell needs turbine parts?
Well,
Oh, well.
A to the F.
Anyway, I got that. You're talking about the airplanes? It's yesterday we were talking about they're making them out of a new composite. It's lighter and stronger, and the problem is it doesn't take it like the aluminum bodies used to take it, and it finds components and burns them up, and that's the problem. So after talking about yesterday, some experts came on and heard it, and they think that's what happened to the plane.
That sounds
It was one of
silly.
the newer ones.
That just sounds silly.
Yeah.
Well, that's based. I ain't no expert, but that's what they're talking about on the news.
Yeah.
You know what's weird? I was thinking of going to France, too, so.
Really? Wow. That could have been you if you
That's
went
what I'm
to
thinking.
Rio de Janeiro first.
That's what I'm thinking.
On that flight.
What if that was
that
the only
flight.
flight I could get? Is I had to go to Rio first,
then-
and then France.
And you'd have had a problem. Yeah.
We all think that, though. Come on.
Yeah.
Maybe this one's a little, a little rough to connect yourself to, but every disaster. Who did the joke, Colin Quinn? About
Colin Quinn.
9/11, but it's so true. We all do it. Every single one of us.
After 9/11, people always tries to connect themselves to it. People are like, oh, God, if I would have taken the 2 train that day. Do you normally take the 2 train? No, I've never taken the 2 train in my life.
Yeah.
He's Colin's like, man, that day something told me not to go down there. He goes, yeah, stupid, the news. The news told you not to go down
The
there.
news.
Colin had the best 9/11 stuff.
Plane had 0 radar coverage when it went down. All right, well, we're going to learn more about the plane.
Of course we are.
There was something else from yesterday. Now I can't remember.
Very frightening.
Oh, what about this? This is called throwing the ball around. I guess it's something we're starting to really get into with the show,
Yeah,
where the
just
phones
kinda
light
whatever.
up with like current events. We just kind of throw the ball around a little bit to begin. Dick Cheney,
Yeah.
what a douchebag!
Yeah, he's...
I'll tell you why. Dick
a
Cheney says
hypocrite.
he supports gay marriage now.
Yeah.
Where was he when he was in office with Bush?
Hiding.
Hiding, not commenting, hinting that he hates the gays.
Exactly.
But now that he's not in office, he's got a gay daughter.
Mm-hmm.
He's all rah, rah, rah about gay marriage.
Yep.
These politicians suck. You don't know what they really think.
Yeah, 'cause
until they're out of office.
Now he's out because he's got the lesbian daughter. I guess he figures, yeah, I'll come out and say...
But they were begging for him to give a comment about gay marriage and gay rights and just gays in general.
Gay.
And he just blew it off and kind of hinted that,
We blew it off.
kind of hinted that he wasn't into it.
Yeah, it's one of those weird situations where it's like,
you get this
where
with
were
every-
you when you were in office? Why didn't you speak up then?
You get this with every politician after they leave.
Oh, yeah. Then they become very brave with
Right.
what they can say. And, that's a touchy situation, though. He's fucking vice president to one of the most religious presidents we ever had, George W.
Yeah.
Using, his religion to influence his the presidency and how he did things, which is infuriating whenever you saw that. His Christian values. Up. Your job.
Great.
Oh, the worst when they bring religion into that.
You're not a
shit.
fan of the Christian values.
No. If you want to have them in your own house, that's fine. Bring them to your goddamn job when you're the president? Not so good. No.
Because you're supposed to represent more than just Christians.
Yeah.
when you're in
He's supposed
office.
to represent everything. And he's, his Christian value. It's our job as Christians.
Yeah.
It's our job as Christians to go over there and help those people. No, it's not. Mm-hmm. For what? Why? Christian, we're doing the marriage protection bill to protect marriage from the homosexuals. Really? Talk to your vice president. Apparently he's all for it.
Well, now we're learning that. And
Yeah.
he's also a big fan of Susan Boyle. What the fuck happened to Dick Cheney?
Is he? Dick Cheney? Is he crying at movies now, too?
Dick Cheney basically says
Cheney
yes,
turned into a fruit.
yes to gay marriage, and he's kind of bummed Susan Boyle lost. So
Wow.
I don't know what's going on there.
Good for him.
And you know what? We could seg right into Susan Boyle.
What's wrong with her? She's lost her mind? Is that what we're getting at?
Well, I thought she went to the hospital for kind of like an exhaustion thing, but now they're hinting she's going to be there for 21 days minimum.
Really?
She's got, dude,
The
this
21-day
woman-
minimum thing.
Let me tell
which
you
means that they
can't
think
do
she might be
interviews?
nuts.
Let me tell you something about this woman, and you could see it right off the bat. She's a kook. She's kooky. And she's this school marm looking thing. Never got the time of day from anybody in her life, I'm sure. She gets on this show, and all of a sudden she's, number 2 as far as most recognizable face next to Obama
Is that
At this, well, I'm, exaggerating perhaps a bit. Maybe not. She's very, well known.
who's more recognizable than Obama at this point?
Jim Norton.
I mean, not Obama, than Susan Boyle.
Let me think.
Who would you put on that list?
More recognizable just by walking down the street and looking and going, hey.
Queen of England.
Yeah, she's pretty recognizable.
Yeah, that dumb head of hair. You can't miss
Brad
that.
Pitt.
Yeah, there's a lot of movie stars, I think. Because
Movie
Susan Boyle
stars.
is a pop culture, like a thing, but
Muhammad
Simon
Ali.
Cowell.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, Ali.
Simon Cowell.
George
Some of
Foreman.
other celebrities that are well known.
There's people in Africa who have never heard of this woman.
Speaking of Muhammad Ali, we're going to get into it later, but I've completely changed camps. I'm on Team Joe Frazier starting
Really?
today. Starting today.
I don't know if I've changed camps, but
I have to change camps.
I loved this special. Loved the the movie. It's fucking phenomenal.
We got Frazier coming in, and there's a movie out, a documentary
Frazier.
on the thriller in Manila.
Yeah.
And wow, Frazier made his points very nicely. I would like to hear Muhammad Ali's side of the story, but then again, who could read what he's talking?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to speaking to him.
Yeah. He's coming. What time is he coming in?
8:30.
8:30. We got the Frazier guys. Back to Boyle. We can talk about Frazier after the break. So what were you saying?
I'm saying then she's all popular, and then she just loses her mind. She comes in second, and then I think it all sunk in finally. I think she was distracted by the show and everything she had to do to see where she ended up. And now that the show's over and stuff, I think she just kind of lost her mind a little bit. 20 they committed her.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, she went from a nobody to
Yeah.
just uber stardom.
And she's still, kind of funny looking. So she doesn't have that going for her.
Boyle was beaten by a dance group called Diversity. She seemed to take the defeat in good grace.
The best people won.
But the strain was etched on Boyle's face as she left the studio later that night with a huge bouquet of flowers. Britain's Got Talent judge Amanda Holden spoke to our Les Trent about the pressure Boyle has been under.
She didn't sleep, she wasn't eating. I saw her just before she went onto stage and I hugged her and I asked her how she was and she said she felt very tired and that she felt sick with nerves and she was worried she was going to be sick.
According to one report, right after she lost, Boyle was heard shouting, "I hate this show." She is also said to have thrown a cup of water at a studio crew member who tried to calm her down. Soon after, it was revealed that Boyle had been taken by ambulance to the Priory, a celebrity rehab and retreat in London.
We're being told by her doctors that she's basically worn out, she's exhausted.
She's exhausted.
She was a fucking fat Edith Bunker looking nobody, and now she's one of the most famous people
Yeah.
on the planet. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, she had a little bit of a breakdown.
Even British Prime Minister Gordon Brown was alarmed by the news about her breakdown.
I talked to the Prime Minister last night and he was very concerned about Susan. He'd heard what had happened and wanted to make sure she was okay.
Yeah.
During the live finale itself, Boyle's behavior had raised eyebrows. After being praised for her performance, she buried her face in her hand and made a strange chopping motion to her neck. And in an after-show interview, Boyle seemed confused.
I think you had just as much fun watching it as you did. It's just as much fun actually on the programme when you watched it.
Before Boyle's health crisis, she was scheduled to be part of a tour by all of the finalists later this month. Her fans are keeping their fingers crossed that she'll make it.
No,
Our
they're not.
fans? No one.
I think it helps her that she's nuts. Who wouldn't want to see this Kathy Bates character singing like that?
She'll come out in 21 days, dude. Everyone will want to talk to her.
Yeah.
Everyone will want to talk to her. Mm-hmm. She'll be fine. She'll make a lot of money. She's rich.
She is gonna.
She's
do
rich.
Just fine.
Crazy old English broad.
She's Scottish.
Scottish,
Old
whatever
kook.
she is.
Same thing.
Old nut.
By the way, Daily,
Until you go over there and visit, they're all the same. You go over there and then they'll explain the differences. Yeah. Yes, there, Jimmy.
I said the Daily News. Can a fucking newspaper get priorities? Page 2, Conan O'Brien taking over the Tonight Show. Page 3, their fat factors, talking about how fatty foods are. And, we got GM on page 4 and 5. Page 6, Spitzer with hookers. And page 7, math scores rising. Oh, yeah, page 8, plane vanished. and 1 soldier killed by Muslim in Arkansas.
Yeah.
Can the fucking Daily News not behave like a total rag? Jesus, guys, the fuck?
Yeah, you're still supposedly a newspaper. Act like it.
Assholes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, big front page with Yankees on the front.
Yeah,
Hey, let's,
nick of time. Guy hit a double. Gives a shit.
Let's go to 33 across from Pennsylvania. He's got a little more on the Dick Cheney thing.
Ooh.
33, what's up?
Hey, boys. Hey, it's just like Al Gore. He was vice president for 8 years, and now all of a sudden his priorities are the environment. He had the perfect place, the perfect soapbox to get something done, and now he is totally, now he's totally green. It doesn't make any sense. The guy even ran for president.
Well, if you want to know what these guys really think, just wait for them to get out of office, and then they sign the big book deal, and then they tell you exactly what they think on all these issues. Yeah, because they have to toe the damn party line.
Yeah,
on everything.
They're just looking for the next job because he was running for president.
Right.
And then he had a shot at the Nobel. Actually, he won the Nobel Prize. And what happens next? Don't need to be the president. I got a better gig now.
And let's not forget, Al Gore is a bloody millionaire from going after the environment thing. He has made so much fucking money. It's great business for him.
Yeah.
Great business.
You know what he brings in for, speaking engagements? Got to be $20-30.
You think so?
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, I would have thought it'd be more. But the thing is, I don't know what to think because, a guy like Cheney, do you respect him because he does what his party wants him to do? We get mad when politicians allow their personal shit to influence too much of their policy.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, you're here to represent us. Do what we want. But if they don't allow too much of their personal things, we kind of accuse them of being phony. It's kind of
But I would imagine for the gay movement, if you got someone like Dick Cheney in office coming out and saying, hey, obviously my daughter's gay, I'm for this gay marriage thing, that's huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you got to think the gay community's not too happy with him doing it after he's out of office.
Yeah. Well, probably better than not at all.
Huh?
Probably better than not at all.
Yeah,
though.
I guess.
I don't think that gay marriage thing. There's too many people in this country that are...
Did you hear the...
well, intolerant.
Did you hear what Bush said?
What did Bush say?
Bush basically admitted that Laura Bush wouldn't have voted for him if she wasn't married to him.
Really?
Basically saying she doesn't really agree with...
She don't agree with all his shit?
With all the stuff he's into.
With his horse shit?
All these politicians the last couple of days, a lot of interesting things.
Yeah.
Did you see good old Joe Biden decide he needed to hang out on the Jersey Shore? Did you see that picture yet?
No.
What? Oh, my God. You got to see the Joe Biden picture. He decided he needed a little beach vacation, so he took his little beach chair with his wife and went to the Jersey Shore.
He is...
I think it was the same weekend that Obama was in New York doing his thing.
He's really an invisible vice president.
They're going to get rid of him.
I mean, he
Mark
does...
my word on that.
Just anytime you see or hear from him, it's because he said something,
stupid,
and tripped over, his tongue.
Yeah.
But now... what does he do? He goes to the Jersey Shore. He's like, what do you want to do today? I don't know. I'm the vice president.
Well, the party figured they needed him to get Obama elected.
Oh, God.
Now that Obama's elected, they don't need this guy. So he'll hang out for three and a half more years, whatever it's going to be. And then they'll get some other guy if Obama gets a second term.
I don't know. I don't think you cut the vice president. I think if you have the ticket that works, I also think that they like that he's got a big mouth because he takes the attention off Obama. He's not doing anything stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
He'll say some stupid shit, and people focus on him and not the president.
Yeah.
What site has that? TMZ. TMZ.com has the Biden beach pictures. I would love to know what's going on out of frame of that picture. You think there's just a million Secret Service and all
Secret
that?
Secret Service laying on the beach in suits, trying to fit in.
You're standing in the water, frolicking with guns.
He's got his one finger in his ear by the earpiece, talking into his wrist in ankle-deep water.
Because that picture makes it look like Biden just decided to go to the Jersey Shore, and a tourist just happened to go, oh, my God, that's the vice president. I wish I could see what else is going on that beach.
Do you think he had like a little section closed off for himself?
Yeah.
Which is just awkward, right?
Yeah, I don't see anyone else in any shot there.
Yeah.
We go to Adam in Boston. Adam?
Boston.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Hey, how are the Red Sox doing?
Just out of first place. Did the Yankees win last night or yesterday? I don't know.
I guess, isn't it true that the Yankees are in first place for the first time in how many years? Which I found amazing.
It's been a little while.
Like,
the Rays surprised
could someone tell me what year?
Travis is saying it's since 2006.
2006. So for the first time in 3 years, the Yankees have solo possession of first place.
Damn, yeah.
Isn't that weird? I thought they would.
First time since when?
Since like 2006. It's been 3 years.
Yeah,
it was 92 to 2006 that they were in first, so.
How's our old pal, Mayor Menino?
What a joke. That guy's disgusting, isn't he?
Has he done anything stupid lately?
Well, every day he does something stupid. We just don't get to see it.
Right. Oh,
it's an embarrassment. We hang our heads when we hear that guy talk.
The other thing about Boston, Jay Severin, we were wrong about him. He did his suspension and he's back on the air.
Oh, really? Not fired?
I listen to you guys in the morning, so I don't even know who that is.
Jay Severin, pretty popular talk show host up there.
Yeah, I've heard of him, but...
What the fuck did he say? He said...
made fun of Mexicans or something, or some Spanish?
Yeah.
I forgot what it was, and we were all about he's so fired, but you know what?
Thought he was.
They sat him out for a good month, and now he's back, and I applaud the company.
Yeah. I like that strategy.
Yeah, for sure it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, but the radio companies never, back your guy. Never back you.
It's one for the good guys then, right?
They're bastards.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm a fan of his. I've heard him a few times, whatever, but I'm glad that they didn't fire him over something.
Yeah, they sat
over
it
his
out.
opinion.
That's what you're supposed to do. Sit it out. He called Mexicans primitives.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that what he did? Right.
That's
that
right.
Mexican
Primitive
rant
culture and
about
all that.
Mexico being,
It's not a huge stretch. I mean,
third world country.
Well, a lot of people had the same opinion, so.
Of course.
All right, Adam, what do you got today?
Well, listen, I think I found out exactly what happened to that plane. Apparently it needed some aesthetic work, and the stupid French painted it with that exploding paint.
Oh, Jesse Ventura.
They used exploding paint.
What was the paint called
I'm a
again?
Navy SEAL.
It was
thermite. They mixed it up with the thermite paint.
While people were putting their luggage...
I know. Shut up.
In the luggage bins, they were painting the inside of the plane.
God, is he
So did that lightning hit. That was it.
Right.
The beauty of Jesse, he was the governor.
I know. You think about it when you see him, you're like, oh my God, he was the governor of a state, and he's just nutty as a fruitcake.
Ron has more on Dick Cheney. Ron, Illinois, what's up?
Hey, guys, love you, love the show.
Of course you do. Thank you.
Thank
you. You guys are giving Cheney too much credit. All he said was that he supports states' rights to choose whether or not gay marriage should be legal. But he has not come out and answered whether or not he supports gay marriage.
Wow, the paper I was reading this morning spun it slightly different than that.
Was that a diner placemat, Opie?
No, it was a newspaper.
Okay, just checking. You never know.
Check it out.
All right, we'll look into that a little further there, sir. Thank you. Jimmy?
And by the way, about this guy who killed this abortion doctor, the man charged with doing it, he was described yesterday as a mentally ill extremist who believed in an eye for an eye, for a tooth for a tooth. His ex-wife said he never thought of himself as mentally ill, but everyone else did.
Oh.
His anti-abortion rhetoric was very strong, and it's one of the things that made her... And even his brother said, well, we always thought of him as a kind and loving son and brother and father who suffered from mental illness. So everyone around this guy knew he was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So again, it's like these guys that shoot abortion doctors are fucking nuts.
It's like a guy that shoots somebody because he thinks they're the devil, or a serial killer that goes out and kills only a certain type of woman because it reminds him of someone else. Like it's that kind of craziness.
That's all serial killers kind of, though. They kind of stick to one thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so but stuff like that, it doesn't necessarily mean it's some organized thing. I know there are people that, they do call for the murder of abortion doctors. But as far as having this real organized thing, I think that would be nipped in the bud pretty quick.
Yeah.
Have some kind of organized group like that advocates killing.
Imagine if all of a sudden the anti-abortionists just changed their tact, the pro-lifers, and they started protesting and yelling, "Suck his dick!" And all they said to do was suck the dick of the abortion doctor. He was just too embarrassed to go to work. Suck his big, delicious cock. Suck his big, delicious cock. I can't go to work. This is humiliating.
What did one of the leaders of the pro-life movement say about this?
I don't know.
It was pretty, I want the exact quote. He was basically saying the guy got what he deserved.
Really?
I don't want to, we got to find the exact quote.
Yeah, because, boy, that would be, oof.
I mean, it's a little deeper than that. Yeah.
It's a little extreme.
Of course it is. And finally, before we take our first break, mainstream media kind of jumping on the old bandwagon that Bruno Eminem thing is a staged thing.
Oh, okay, finally.
Took them a day.
Did they do a little investigative reporting?
Took them. They're finally looking at the tape and saying everything we said after seeing it one time.
Yeah, you can watch it once,
but they're studying it and they're still not sure. And it's so obvious.
Of course, it is.
God,
ridiculous.
We're a little more savvy these days.
Yeah.
When you see a camera on Eminem before it happens, like and Eminem's like scared, like this. He's not going to drop on me, is he?
You know what it comes from?
It was some honeymooners acting there.
Yeah. You know where it comes from? It really does. It comes from reality shows, like scripted reality shows where people watch these things and think it's like the real world was season 1, I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where they did just pop cameras in and let people go off on each other and things like that. It's not like that anymore. So when you watch these reality shows, they're scripted, so they're fake, and you see like they'll cut to somebody before something happens, and you'll be like, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Lucky they cut to him. Yeah. You know, it's all set up and fake. So when this happened with Eminem and they cut to him while Bruno is still 25 feet in the air, wasn't that a little suspicious?
And he flips perfectly into like a wrestling position.
Yeah. And comes down right with his ass in Eminem's face. And then the fact that he didn't get the shit beat out of him. And
MTV blew it. They were going for a moment. Well, everyone's talking about it, so maybe they didn't blow it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're going to do that, why not just have Bruno fall on him awkwardly without a perfect positioning of the ass 2 inches from Eminem's face?
And don't show Eminem getting up and walking out either. Like, cut and go right to a commercial.
Right.
Make it look like it's one of those things. They played it out.
And why
Look, the camera's right there.
And why would Eminem agree to do this? Because there are rappers that don't like Eminem that are going to use this against him. Basically saying, you had man ass in your face.
Yeah, but it's Bruno.
Huh?
Yeah, but it's Bruno's ass. It's almost a rite of passage.
Really?
And look, they're just pushing him away. They would have, they'd be fisting him.
And I love the reaction shots of the dummies in the audience that are thinking
the big celebrities.
Yeah, that think it might be real. Yeah, he's got bodyguards that take up that doorway behind Jimmy, and they're going to just spin him around like, getting a pinata ready to get hit. Wouldn't they just beat the shit out of him?
Of course they would.
What do they have to lose? Their whole job is to protect Eminem and his credibility.
It's so obviously fake. No, it's real, I swear.
It's excellent acting.
But they're finally...
Great improv.
How did your ropes break?
And the microphone, Eminem was mic'd.
Yeah.
Someone saying, no, not really. The audio was picked up from Bruno's mic. Well, Bruno's
face was buried in Eminem's crotch.
Yeah.
It's like under his chair.
Yeah, unless they had Bruno's ass, mic'd.
He had a microphone in his asshole that Eminem was talking into.
and wow, what a coincidence! These two guys both have huge projects coming out.
Yeah.
Got the Bruno movie and the Eminem CD. It couldn't be some other celebrity that has nothing going on right now.
Yeah,
has to be these guys.
It's all just a load of shit. Everyone's laughing behind them.
But it just pissed me off that the mainstream media was like hinting that this is real for a while.
And why is Eminem just sitting back like he's getting a lap dance, not allowed to touch the dancer?
Mm-hmm.
His head is kind of back, but his arms are to his side. Wouldn't you be grabbing the guy's like boots and just shoving them off you and trying to get out of your seat?
Dude, you would lose your mind.
Yes.
Why don't we do the experiment on the show and see how we handle it?
Of Cool.
No one is going to sit there.
Who do you want to be?
I'll sit in the seat. Oh, get those ropes for yourself.
No one's sitting in that seat for more than a second before all hell would break loose.
Yeah.
You would be fucking punching him in his ball bag. You would be.
Just get off. You'd be squirming trying to get out from under him. You wouldn't just sit there talking. Oh man, what the fuck is this? Oh,
people seem to think that this whole thing happened in slow motion. Like if I saw a naked man ass like slowly ascending from the ceiling, I could put my hands up and go, oh, get out of here, and
right. Push him away.
You don't just stand there and go, oh, what is this coming down on me? Oh,
yeah, he sounded like he was locked in his chair.
Right. Yeah, you would get out of your seat. Anything is right.
Especially with all those bodyguards around. I mean, they would notice something was awry and, push the guy off. I mean...
Yeah, they'd be looking.
How stupid
But once again, MTV was trying to do something. They got everyone talking. But for the media to not even acknowledge that this could have been set up until today...
Yeah, now they're all in on it.
And finally, did anyone take a peek of that reality show, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me the Fuck Out of Here, whatever the hell it's called? Holy shit.
Great, right?
Holy mother of shit.
Well, I'm so done with reality shows. I can't even watch.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Holy mother of shit.
Who's in it?
I know what made me turn it off because I felt sorry for the guy? Lou Diamond Phillips.
Really?
As part of this reality show.
Of every movie, original Sci-Fi Channel movie.
But I'm like, this guy.
Horrid special effects.
How much does this guy have to suffer? He lost his wife to another chick.
Yeah.
His career is in the gutter, and now he's on this show. I'm like, I can't watch this.
All right, who are the celebs? Let's see who the celebs are.
You got Lou Diamond Phillips. You got
Heidi Montag.
Who's that? Press her button. Does her picture come up? On the bottom?
Yeah, it's that broad. You'll know her.
What is that bitch?
Right,
she's from the hills or one of the fucking Laguna Beach hills.
Dude, she's hot.
Thing.
Yeah. What have we got here?
Janice Dickinson.
Oh, God, enough with her. Who? Janice?
Who is she?
Janice Dickinson.
Janice.
I thought it was Janice.
No,
Janice.
That's Janice Dickinson.
And then, whatever.
Yeah. Hold on, Anthony, who do you think that is? A pie, Anthony.
One of the first
Janice.
One of the first supermodels. And
Jamie, just stop. Leave him alone.
Jimmy.
Yep.
Oh, literal Jamie.
I'm teed.
Teed. Janice.
Uncle Paolo. Running into the ground.
Yeah, of course. I can't stand Janice Dickinson.
No, why?
She's one of these, thinks she's hot, just a washed up whore. Who's on all these stupid fucking shows. Mm-hmm. And she knows how to work the shows because it's not reality. It's total fake. So she knows how to try to put drama in by getting in fights with people.
Right.
The last thing I saw was one of those fucking, load a house up with has-beens and see what happens. What was that one on VH1?
What,
Celeb...
Oh, God,
not Celebrity Rehab. The other one, Surreal Life?
Surreal Life,
yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
I saw a few episodes of that, and that was like the last reality show I ever checked out.
And they got lazy with reality shows. Like Surreal Life is pretty much filmed over a weekend.
Really?
I mean, maybe a little longer than that.
Yeah, it's not like this 3-month thing anymore.
3 months? See, you forgot. The first Real Worlds were 6 months.
Yeah.
The cameras were rolling for 6 months. These guys were bored. They were like hanging out in a basement of a house just filming for 6 months to get good TV. Then they knocked it down to 3 months. You know that the new Real World is a month and a half? Something like that? It's barely a month.
For,
yeah.
Tori Wilson.
WWE.
WWE, I remember her, of course. Let's see Lou Diamond. Where's his picture? Lou Diamond Phillips. La Bamba. You might remember him from La Bamba, playing
and Stand and
Richie
Deliver, right?
Valens. Was he in that?
Wasn't he in Stand and Deliver?
Yeah. I don't know.
He was in Young Guns. I know that, and now he's in Things That Suck on Sci-Fi.
They were trying to pick a leader last night, and it was, and then they
leader.
started talking about jungle slime, and I'm out of here.
Done.
I'm so done. Who else is in this? Sanjaya. What the fuck is his name?
Sanjaya.
Yeah, from American Idol.
That,
there you go.
Oh God.
There you get Sanjaya.
Great, we got Sanjaya. How did they get this collection of fucking losers together?
Because no one else would do it.
They actually asked me to do that.
Is that Drew Boogie over there? I don't mean Drew Boogie's a loser. I'm just mean it looks like Drew Boogie. Okay. Yeah.
Who's that guy?
Johan Sally?
Johan.
John Sally rules.
Johan.
John Sally is a very entertaining guy. He
Is
doesn't
he?
have to do that shit.
Can I say for the record, I don't like the fact that I said that they asked me to do it, and nobody even
denied
questioned
it,
it or believed
right.
that I would be popular
Or
enough to do that.
questioned it. You're right. No, you have to be a kind of a has-been or even a wannabe if you're doing that. Who's the other broad? The one next to the blonde? Yeah, who's she?
Well, someone else was pointing out bodyguards don't sit in the audience during like the MTV award shows.
Oh.
Then who were the big thugs next
Well,
to?
they had to have them there for the bit.
Of course.
You
True.
know?
Wait, you can't have your bodyguards sit there?
Guys like Eminem probably do.
And who's Patty?
It's Pate.
Pate.
Blagojevich.
Blagojevich?
Oh,
That's his wife.
Blagojevich. Oh, my God, yeah.
Governor's wife. What a disgrace.
They got the wife. Know why? Because the governor wanted to do it, and he wasn't allowed to.
Oh, right. He wasn't allowed to.
So they got the wife instead.
Oh,
That's
I
how
forgot
great this
about
show
that.
is.
That's what show this is?
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, so they had to get the wife.
What fucking piece of shit channel is this on?
Who the fuck would want to see
NBC?
the wife?
Ugh.
It's horrendous. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. She's a celebrity for what? For
having sex with a guy that tried to sell
Obama's Senate
office.
seat.
Yeah.
That's all it takes to be famous.
Could they have a little dignity, though? Could that family leave with an ounce of self-respect?
None left.
She's doing interracial porn.
They're in a dignity deficit. Just horrible. That joke was. Boo, boo, boo. Oh, boo, 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 boo. I should be on the show now.
I'm a pair of ears. Get me out of here.
We might have to watch the show. Tori Wilson's nipples were so hard all night in every shot.
That's because she's got fucking implants.
Well, let's take a look
These
at her
girls
nipples.
that have these
the fuck?
implants.
I mean, a
it's
nipple
awful.
shot from last
and
night's
of course,
show.
Stephen Baldwin, another fucking reality show whore.
He's a lunatic. Remember when he used to wander into our show?
Yeah, and just start rambling about
Oh,
things.
wow. Wow, is he out of his mind?
Like a crazy person.
Let's say hi to Steve in Wyoming. Steve.
Hey, what's up? Hey, you know, my problem with these reality shows is like, you know, the first ones were all right, but now they're so fucking fake. And people watch this shit. If you just stop watching this horse shit on TV, and we all do it, you know, you watch them for 5 minutes, but if we'd stop watching this horse shit and giving them that little bit of rating, they get rid of it, we get some classic fucking good TV again.
I don't know who's watching these.
Nope.
I don't get it.
Nope.
No?
If you know what's going on, the sitcom and all those type of shows are going away, my friend. Too expensive to make. So you're going to see more and more of these reality shows and these shows that are very cheap to make.
In this day and age, though, maybe when the economy snaps back and people want to advertise again, the networks can get more money and make better shows. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
like
good
Lost.
point. There's too many Jerry Seinfelds out there nowadays, you know? You can't pay them anymore.
There's no Jerry Seinfelds out there. Name one Jerry Seinfeld that's
Jerry
out there.
Seinfeld.
Besides Jerry.
They all make too much.
You just said
And
one.
brought up a
You just
good
said
point.
two.
The finance, they all make too much.
Hold on, sir. We couldn't hear you. What's that?
I said, you make a good point. The finance to all of it, and they all make too much. You know, it costs way
bored.
too much to pay anybody to work. The wash-ups are easy.
I'm bored.
I'm bored. I'm bored with you. Top 10 TV star salaries. Zach Braff is
Scrubs.
Zach.
Is he the one?
He makes 7.7 mil
Per what?
Per year.
annual pay.
Per year.
He
Okay.
makes
His sister's a comic.
Charlie Sheen is what is he, number 9? All right, another 7.7
Damn.
mil. The cast of Desperate Housewives make $10 million.
Yuck.
And they all got to make the same, I guess.
Kiefer,
there he is with $13 million, coming in at number 7. Katie Couric, $15 million. A waste of their money.
To be in last place.
James Gandolfini, $22 million.
What's he doing, though? He's not even on...
Probably residuals. He might have signed a good deal. That thing's on A&E now. You can watch him go, hey, I don't need this friggin' problems. Friggin'.
You notice that?
I watched it.
I watched it for a couple minutes, too. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah. It's my friggin' house.
Yeah.
You friggin' frig. Right.
You miss Simon Cowell. How much does he make?
Simon is 30, what?
36 million.
36 mil. Oof. And then I saw Letterman comes up next at number 3, making 40 mil.
Nice.
He makes $40 million a year?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a hell of a paycheck. Number 2 on the list is Dr. fucking Phil. Is number 2. Well, then we know who number 1's got to be, right? It's got to be the Oprah.
The Oprah.
Oprah. And what a severe fucking drop-off from number 1. What's Dr. Phil? Let me look at Dr. Phil again. Dr. Phil is number 2 with 45 million. And then we go to number 1 at 225 million. We have Oprah Winfrey.
I was reading an article on her just yesterday. I got to remember, and it wasn't a placement. They're calling her an oil salesman. All the stuff she's...
Oh, snake oil salesman?
Snake oil salesman.
Yeah,
for all the stuff she's pushing. And then they listed all the stuff she's pushed recently on our show. It's hilarious. I forgot where it was. I'll do a little searching during the break.
She's directly responsible for Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
For Dr. Phil's entire huge career. He's now number 2.
She probably gets a taste of his money.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm sure that she's an executive producer or something for the show. Mm-hmm. She wouldn't just let the guy fucking run off and...
That Oprah. Snake oil salesman. I'm gonna get the list of things she's pushed on her show recently.
There is just... man, that's a lot of fucking money to make.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are you going to... There goes snake oil.
Oh, you got it?
The queen of... Maybe. Yeah, books. I mean, any product. These fucking dumb puppet bitches, they just latch on to whatever she says. If Oprah liked it, it's on Oprah's show. Ooh. Oprah pushes snake oil. Well, there's a few snake oil Oprah analogies being made.
Yeah, the one I read yesterday. That might be... Yeah, it might have been on Dig, actually.
Dig.
Everything seems to be going to this Newsweek.
No, you dig.
It might be... I think I got the link through dig.com. But it just listed... The list was really funny.
Yeah.
Half the stuff is just shit. She's pushing down housewives' throats. Just shit.
And they run for it, man.
Yeah. Why don't we... we'll try to find that as we take our first break. Just getting started.
Yes, we will.
We're going to take a peek at Conan's first night. See how he did.
Oh, that was his first night. Was last night.
And then David Letterman having fun with the fact that Jay is no longer around.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, so we'll do a little something after the break.
Was he turning the screws on him a little bit? Or?
A little bit.
Yeah, you mean the guy that beat him consistently?
A little bit.
Ouch.
We'll get into it next. Opie
right.
and Anthony, stay there. The greatest cereal ever right here.
Kashi?
I know Kashi again, but
it is good. Cinnamon Harvest is good, man.
Holy shit,
They have
is
to make
good.
it sound like Cinnamon Harvest. The names of Kashi cereals make me not want to eat it because it just sounds like
want to try it?
Nature, man.
When you try to eat sort of healthy, this is it right here.
I just don't like the names.
Try some.
No.
Cinnamon Harvest, Kashi. Almost as good as Popeyes. Wow, Popeyes.
A little better for you.
Damn it, why am I thinking of Popeyes?
Ugh.
Opie and Anthony.
Cinnamon Harvest. You can't harvest cinnamon.
Remember the really
dust.
Remember the really gay one I was eating?
Oh God.
Lean on me.
Cinnamon Steve.
Those capri pants, my God.
Lean on me. That was it. With the woman on the front, standing on her tippy toes.
In her yoga uniform.
Yeah. Oh, when you poured the cereal out of there, everybody just looked at you.
You know what? I'll give someone $100 if they could eat a bowl of that without having massive problems.
Really?
Gastric problems. Pains, farts, bloating. The fuck is in that cereal?
Sounds like the Mets, apparently.
What happened?
Like the Mets.
I didn't know.
All the Mets got like fucking diarrhea. They got explosive diarrhea. They all have the stomach flu, they're calling it.
Uh-oh.
The stomach flu, and they're passing it around the locker room.
I did not know that, Ed.
So, yeah, a few of the Mets are kind of blasting. Poor guys. And what, our own E-Rock has pneumonia?
Yeah, a little pneumonia.
Pneumonia?
For the E to the rock.
Fatty pneumonia.
But he has no problem playing Punch-Out.
Oh, really?
Enough of his stupid Punch-Out Twitters. Shut the fuck
What's a
up.
Punch-Out
Is
Twitter?
he twittering?
It's so funny that you said that because I was just having this very same conversation
Really?
in the office with Sam and Travis. Yeah.
Is he what's he tweet? You know something? I don't even follow the E-Rock.
Why would
I guess
you?
I should.
He talks about Punch-Out.
What is that, a video game?
Yeah.
I guess.
Isn't it for the Wii? He only plays Wii.
Isn't it an old video game?
Yeah, but they updated it.
They,
for the,
they redid for the Wii.
Yeah, they've done it a few times. They put out a Punch-Out for Super Nintendo, and now they're doing it again with Wii.
Punch-Out? That was like an old Mike Tyson boxing game, right?
Well, originally it was Punch-Out in the arcades, and then once it went to the NES, they got Mike Tyson involved. It was Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
That's when I remember.
All right. Okay. Now I know that game. What is he? So he's twittering that he's still playing it in classic mode.
And not only that, but he's been posting pictures like of screenshots.
What is his
fucking bore.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, look. That's his Twitter.
Who wants to read that shit?
It's a screen cap of Punch-Out.
Of course, look, the big cartoon things. Fucking, that Wii stinks.
Can you imagine if every time I beat a level in a video game, I took a picture of the screen and posted it to my
We
Twitter?
should all start doing
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to start doing.
When is Tiger Woods coming out? I can't wait any longer. They said June.
Next Monday.
They've actually, no. They pushed the Tiger Woods video game is back to August.
Oh, that's right.
It's August.
What? Oh, thank God I can read your eyes. Thank God.
Jimmy,
Thank God.
I wasn't looking at Jimmy because I knew he was lying.
They pick up
But
identity, though.
I wanted to.
We're talking Monday?
Yeah.
As in a week, less than a week?
Yeah, 6 days.
Oh, wow, am I happy. Nice. All right. Letterman, Conan, Thriller in Manila.
Yeah, Thriller in Manila.
Joe Frazier coming in. We'll get to that in a second. How about, what do you want to do, Letterman or Conan? Just a little taste.
Well, I think
Because it was a
we should
big
do
day
Conan
for the late night
first,
shows.
Right?
All right, Conan's first
Well,
day.
Conan first.
Jimmy, are you going to be invited on Conan?
I don't know. I mean,
Oh, that's right.
it'd be nice to be invited, sure.
But they never even acknowledged you were alive, which is so stupid.
They did not, no. But I don't think that comes from Conan. Sometimes, everyone has a staff, and I don't know if his staff like me or not. They may have, and just because I didn't pursue it, they didn't. I don't know.
I got a really dumb question.
Sure.
Did Conan ever have edgy comedians on his show?
Yeah,
Or
he
were
did.
they more like political?
No,
Janine Garofalo's?
yeah, he's
that
had
type of
Janine,
thing?
but he has Mark Maron a lot, Louis C.K.
He had Mark on. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, Conan's had a lot of really good comics on.
He's had Louis on?
Oh, many times. I think Louis wrote for him, and I'm pretty sure Louis knows him well. He's been on many times.
So how does Louis put the word in for Jimmy?
I never asked Louis to. Maybe he would.
Yeah. All right.
Fuck Louis.
Conan's first night.
I'll fuck Louis right in his ear.
A little taste.
Quick hand, ladies and gentlemen, my old pal Andy Richter right there.
Yeah, brought back Andy.
Yeah.
You know why, though?
Why? Well, Andy's, hasn't been doing much?
Kind of failed miserably without Conan.
Well,
What was he doing, Andy, after this?
I gotta admit, right
They
there.
were really good together. Then Conan. Then
Andy went out and acted in a few
bombs.
bombs, yeah. I think he had a TV series or two he attempted, and
Yeah. They
didn't
gave him
quite pan out. So he's going to be like Ed McMahon,
They gave him plenty of shots, and now they're back together. Which
co-host kind of a thing, like Ed McMahon.
No,
is he going
probably
for that?
the same role he had.
Which was Ed McMahon.
Just kind of, yeah, I guess. No,
Yeah.
didn't he sit on the couch, though?
Yeah, so did Ed.
Ed did sit there the whole
Ed
time.
McMahon was like the guy that sat there with Johnny the whole time.
All right.
So
hold on a minute.
Like Jay never had that. Jay never had like a
You're right, he did not.
He had the rapport with what's his name, his band leader there,
Kevin Eubanks
Kevin
and Stuttering
Eubanks.
John would announce it.
And I want to challenge you on that a little bit. I know
right.
I'll get my ass kicked every time talking TV with you.
Oh, it's okay, sir.
But I will ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Carson start being solo dude and then later Ed McMahon started doing the couch?
Boy, I don't know. I think Ed always did the couch. They would.
I know he almost moved off screen as the guest.
Well, yeah, because he'd get pushed way over, but
kept getting pushed over to the left.
Ed would announce Johnny. Johnny would do the monologue, and then they would come back to the desk, and Ed would be sitting there, and he'd have a little chit chat with Ed,
and then
maybe do a few of his little things, and Ed would go, oh, a few, little news things. They do skits.
Yeah, I
with the
remember all
Mighty
that.
Carson art players.
I'm just saying. I thought for some reason that maybe Johnny started solo on the couch. Ed McMahon was always there.
That's a good question, but I assume. Well, to tell you the truth, in a home movie I have that goes back to the mid '60s, early '60s, early to mid '60s.
Old relatives in the
somebody
home movie?
passed by a television, and Johnny Carson was on it. And Ed McMahon is sitting right there at the chair next to him.
Okay.
Very young, like it's so weird to pass by that and see that. It's in black and white.
That's
because
what
the
they were
TV was
watching.
black
Wow.
and white. And that's what they were watching, yeah.
Old family members in the video?
Oh, yeah, dead.
How great is that?
So dead.
Not that they're dead, but
Well, yeah.
my dad had something from the 50s, and it was like a great-grandfather and all these people that sort of looked like me, older
Yeah.
version. I mean, and I started doing the math. I'm like, that guy that I'm looking at in this video that is associated with me through blood was born in the 1800s. Holy shit.
Wow, yeah.
Holy shit.
Oof.
Because he was an old guy.
Yeah.
And it was the 50s, so, do the math. 1880, easy. And then other people in that same video that are my aunts and uncles to this day, obviously. So they're still alive. They're in a video with a guy that was easily born in the 1800s. Just like that.
Wow. That is something.
And we would like to think that the 1800s were so long ago.
Yeah.
But it's just a generation or two removed. That's all. You get an old fucking videotape of Christmas from the 50s or 60s in your family, you're going to see some old relatives that were born in the 1800s. That's fucked up.
That is fucked up. 'Cause that's like a long time ago. That's Old West shit.
That's what I like to think.
Yeah.
Could have been a Civil War guy there.
Yeah.
Civil War?
Yeah, sure.
Civil War, sure. Here's Conan's first night.
Max Weinberg. It's like a Backstreet Boys reunion here. Only not as good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I have to admit, I think I've timed this moment perfectly. Think about it. I'm on a last place network. I moved to a state that's bankrupt, and tonight's show is sponsored by General Motors. We got all three.
You think Conan's going to go a little more mainstream now that he's got the big gig? Because
good question.
Because he was a bit quirky with his stuff.
Very quirky.
I mean, he worked on current events and whatnot, but Jay was all about mainstream. Bam.
Yeah, he's not one of those guys that are like Jay, where he appeals to the masses. He's kind of niche-y.
Mm-hmm.
I like Conan. I think he's funny, but I think he will have to change his act.
What is he doing?
Oh, man.
Well, Jay's a stand-up, too. It's like to watch a monologue that's topical 5 nights a week, you want a guy who's going to, I mean, Conan's been doing monologues for years, but...
Yeah, but they're
But his bits
different
are
than monologues.
quirky.
They're,
I mean, I'm wondering what he's going to do with his bits mostly.
like, Conan does these things during his monologue that are very quirky and, kind of almost inside jokes to people that have been watching for a while. I don't know how that'll go over with mainstream America mom and pop sitting there in bed waiting to just doze off. You know? Mm-hmm. It's one of those weird, we'll see.
More of Conan on his first night. We're just going to play the whole show here. It'll kill an hour.
The whole show. Commercials and everything.
Can you imagine? How long would it take for the listeners to go, oh, my God, I think they're playing the whole show?
I think they're... Oh, are they? They can't be... No.
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 We should do that one day.
A lot of people have been asking me, will your show be any different now that you moved to Los Angeles?
That's exactly what we were just
And I told them, no, mi programa no va a cambiar porque estoy en la ciudad de Los Angeles.
Funny? Mexican joke?
Yes. My name is now Conando, yes. If I could grow a mustache. All right. You know, ladies and gentlemen, this is a huge night for me. I remember watching Johnny Carson when I was a kid and thinking, that's what I want to be when I grow up. And I'm sure right now, somewhere in America, there's a little kid watching me thinking, what is wrong with that man's hair? Is that even a man? Why is she crying?
That hair is fucked up.
He really was blessed with some,
with some cowlicks. The old cowlick.
It sounds like he's, kind of not that nervous.
It's just a different studio.
Yeah, but it's the Tonight Show, dude.
He's been off for a couple months.
Different, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds very comfortable.
A lot of people have been wishing me well today, which is very nice. I'm getting calls from, relatives and friends. But I understand, this is big. We just received a quick hello from Secretary of State Hillary Clinton for our big first show. This is the Secretary of State. This is huge. Very exciting. Let's take a look.
The Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton.
Hello.
That was the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton.
Right? A little sound gag.
Yeah.
I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt here.
It's a little taste of his first night. Mm-hmm. And then on the other network.
The computing network.
Because we can't figure it out at home. The other network. Which one are they talking about? You had David Letterman.
Hi, and welcome to The Late Show. I'm Dave Letterman. I'm still here. I knocked off another competitor. Thank you. Well, my day got off to kind of a weird start. I get a call from Mom, and Mom says, well, David, I see you didn't get the Tonight Show again. Very funny. Ouch! Oh! And I said, Mom, honest to God, I said, it's a pretty good show. And she says, who's on the show? I said, well, Bill Cosby is here.
Wow, they really want to compete with Tony. That's smart.
And then Mom said, okay, maybe I'll switch from Conan. Thanks a lot, Ma.
Yeah, there you go. A little taste of what happened last night. Is this Kevin Smith? He would call the hotline, though. Kevin.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Kevin Smith, everyone.
Hi.
It is day 2 for me, fellas. I didn't get.
Wait, it is Kevin Smith.
We actually didn't believe it was you, Kevin, until you just said that.
Yeah,
it didn't sound like you.
No, because you're.
I was about to scream "Baba Booey" and hang up.
Holy crap! Man.
Calling from the set.
Not quite yet. I'm driving to the set today. There is no set. It's just driving shots. So it's like you put the car on a process trailer,
right,
and then drag it and drive it. So we're shooting on the BQE at one point, which is presents its own challenges. That's in about an hour, and then we take it to like some streets in Queens or Brooklyn. I forget.
Like you don't have to shut the road down for that, right? You just kind of.
I mean, you know, ideally you would, but you can't shut anything down in New York, dude. I mean, it's something like the BQ. You know, I mean, people will be pissed off.
So can't somebody ruin the shot by like, you know, going up and going beep beep, you know?
I mean, you know, you certainly don't want people riding behind you beeping their horns, but at the same time, generally the backgrounds are kind of mushy. You keep everything in focus in the car, and then the backgrounds go mushy, and so you're okay.
Do you like doing days like this, or do you get bored? Would you rather do a set day, or just kind of like a day off?
Process trailer days are horrible because you got to cram about 6-8 people onto the back of a pickup truck, essentially what's tantamount to a pickup truck, and you're just riding out in the open. So it's like, you know, they always tell you can't ride in the truck, man, we'll give you a ticket. You have cops following you and in front of you, and you actually drive on the back of this truck, the wind blowing all the time. And it's the worst way to direct an actor or two actors because they're in a car behind you. You can't get to them. You have a walkie-talkie to communicate with them, so there's always a delay between what you're saying and what they're hearing. It's you know, look, it beats, you know, laying brick or really working for a living. But in terms of this job, it's as irritating as it gets. But the good news is the two dudes in the car, Willis and Morgan, are hysterical. We shot all day with them yesterday at this diner in Ridgewood. And it was, we're Satellite, right?
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. It was just so fucking amazing. The chemistry between the two is just great, man. I think it's going to be a really funny fucking movie.
Oh,
that's great, man.
That's great to hear.
But what I'm doing is I pulled up the set and do a few, but I'll try to call back and let you guys know what's going on. I'll try to call you from the process trailer. It's just going to sound like...
yeah.
But I'll give it a shot regardless. But I neglected to call yesterday and felt bad. I was just so terrified I didn't have time to think about anything else but actually shooting the scene. But now I feel a little safer. We got one day under the belt. Everyone gets along well, so I felt like I had enough time to call in. But I'm going to call in about an hour if that's cool with you guys.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah.
Kevin.
All right, fellas.
See you, buddy.
Always welcome.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, buddy.
Kevin Smith, a man of his word. He said he would call from the set of his new movie, and there he is.
And he did.
Man, how many people are going to be pissed on the BQE today?
Now they find out it's Bruce Willis and Tracy. They're like, it's a fucking movie. You know,
That's true, yeah.
Bruce Willis.
And good chemistry between those two.
Yeah.
Driving around in one of those trailer things. They put a car in a trailer and just drive it around with cameras. It's so odd.
I didn't understand that until I was a lot older.
Yeah, it's like, how could they drive?
I couldn't figure that one out.
I don't get it.
Then I finally saw one of those making of.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how they do it.
I thought
they put the truck on a flatbed.
And acting at the same time.
Right. Such an idiot.
There are some shots you see, like Seinfeld used a couple of techniques. During the daytime, they would just run, you know, whatever it was behind them. They're driving through Manhattan, and you'd have, like, the Manhattan scene behind you. And then there were some scenes where there would just be kind of lights. Like at night, there'd be headlights behind them, very fuzzy, and then they'd, like, sweep lights in front of their face, like if you were driving at night. Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't even have to run any video or anything behind you. And there was another one with just the blurry, kind of fuzzy background that you want if somebody's behind the vehicle going...
I think that was
waving into the camera.
I always thought that was like green screen.
Yeah.
The Seinfeld driving shots.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is, yeah.
They didn't drive around New York.
No. You could tell, like, sometimes they screw up when they go to turn the wheel and realize, like, you're not turning in time or you're turning too late.
Right.
Looks silly.
Very good. Speaking of movies, what the hell? Let's seg into Thriller in Manila. 1975, right, Jimmy?
Yes.
Jimmy's a huge old school fight fan.
Yes, I am.
I'm a huge old school fight fan.
Old
school fight. It was everything. These fights were everything.
Yeah, it was the big get. They didn't happen a lot.
Right.
And when they did, everyone got excited about it, watched it.
When was the last big fight that everyone got excited about? For real. Like where the whole...
Maybe one of the Tyson fights, really.
Got to go Tyson.
Maybe a De La Hoya fight when De La Hoya was undefeated. Might not have been a heavyweight.
Not one of those things where everyone was like, dude, you're getting the pay-per-view, right?
I think you got to go
get over the house.
I think you got to go heavyweight fight to begin with.
Yeah.
No offense to De La Hoya. Got to go heavyweight. Holyfield getting his ear bit off.
That's probably
Could be that.
Yeah.
Could that be the last fight that everyone really went?
Because then
wow.
Mike wasn't able to box for how long after that?
Oh, wow.
A long
they
fucking
took his
time.
license and everything.
So there wasn't really any more excitement left in boxing. And then when he came back, it was kind of big, but...
And boxing was already starting to fade away.
Yeah.
As far as the popularity goes.
Yep.
Because, I mean, you could go back to... I hate to say it, last real big fight could have been Spinks and Tyson. Michael Spinks and Tyson.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn. Holy shit, that clip still gets me. He bit his ear off. He just
Tyson
bit
was
his ear.
pissed.
And then he walks back and punches him.
But I think
He's
Tyson...
like telling the ref, he bit my fucking ear off.
Somebody help me out with this one. Tyson swears that he did this because he was so pissed off because what was Holyfield doing? Holding him or too many low blows? Like,
dude, it's just insane to look at the chunk he took out of his fucking ear.
Oh, I know what it was. He was rabbit punching him. Holyfield was punching him behind his neck, and the ref was doing nothing about it. So Tyson was getting more and more pissed off, and he nibbled on his ear a couple times, like, don't you fucking do that again. And then Holyfield did it again, and then Tyson said, all right, well, look what I do now.
When you see him rip his head, he moves his head in a way where he is just, look at this, look. And you see that like, resistance, and then it tear, and it lets go.
There's not many.
That's crazy.
There's not many nerve endings in the ear.
Shit.
God damn.
But help me out.
That is something a crazy person does.
You know what?
Is he chewing on it right there?
Holyfield.
And then he goes after him.
You know what? I saw the Tyson movie that just came out less than a few months ago, and Tyson explained his reasoning. And it made a lot of sense.
There's no
get
reason.
Me some fight fans on the phone.
You gotta be a professional in that ring, and to bite the guy's ear
Holyfield
off.
was a dirty fucking fighter, and Tyson started getting pissed
Then you
off.
fucking go to the ref and go, well look at this guy. Look what he's doing.
The ref was ignoring it.
You can't bite the guy's ear off.
You never bite the ear of the opponent.
No.
But Tyson was basically saying Holyfield was fighting dirty, and this is what I'm going to do then.
Yeah.
Someone help me out with exactly what that was. Okay, thank you. Ron of Georgia.
He was headbutting him.
Okay, yeah, it was headbutting. I'm sorry. So Holyfield was headbutting Tyson every chance he could get. And Tyson kept looking even at the ref, right, Ron? Like, what the fuck? Are you going to stop this headbutting shit?
And they went back to fighting.
And didn't he headbutt him in a prior fight, too?
The first fight,
he never fought prior.
He buckled him with a headbutt.
Yeah, he buckled Tyson with a headbutt, and Holyfield would lead with his head and make sure he headbutted Tyson because he couldn't get to him. See,
he said that he knew he wasn't hit, but he felt like he was hit, and he didn't know why he felt that way.
Right.
And when they went back and looked at the tape, Holyfield was coming in head first, and he hit him 2 or 3 times, and there was one time that you could tell Tyson was just dazed.
Yeah, because Holyfield was known for kind of leading with his head and headbutting.
Coming to his head.
But how did Tyson explain this whole thing in that horrendous movie? Not because Tyson was bad. Tyson was amazing. But Tollback just filmed a horrible movie. A horrible director.
Horrible.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, after seeing this Thriller in Manila, it makes the Tyson movie look horribly directed.
Yeah.
Horribly, yes. But thank you, Ron.
A lot of people said Tyson was frustrated with Holyfield's boxing style. That Holyfield was a guy, he beat Tyson in the amateur ranks, I think, and I think that he had a style that frustrated Tyson, and Tyson was just getting frustrated.
Mm-hmm. No, but Tyson just says, look, it was all about the headbutting this guy was doing, and he just finally had it. And obviously lost his mind, and you're right. It's a mind of a crazy person, but, Tyson said, you know what, fuck you, I'm biting your ear off now, motherfucker. Someone else saying that it was the Oscar De La Hoya fight.
Yeah, with De La Hoya who though?
I don't know, Jimmy.
Mayweather?
See, that's just it.
I don't know. I barely paid attention to.
It isn't
to the fights that weren't heavyweight fights.
It's not that fight. It's not that fight, or you would remember. We're talking about the memorable. It's back to Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last ones where people were just everywhere. You had to see it. You went over friends' house for pay-per-view and shit like that. You knew it was going to last a minute if you were lucky.
Right.
And but you had to see it.
Well, the Thriller in Manila DVD that we were handed yesterday, we got Joe Frazier coming in about 45 minutes. This fucking movie was great. It tells Joe Frazier's side of the whole Thriller in Manila.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, you got to understand that it's his side of it.
Yeah.
But he makes some pretty solid points in this documentary, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, there's certain things are obviously just Frazier's opinion because he hates Ali's guts. But there's other things that are indisputable, which like the news footage you show, where Ali was a funny guy and he was a great fight promoter. He knew how to get you interested, but he was the Thriller in Manila. I'm going to beat that gorilla, and he would take a little rubber gorilla and he just started punching it in the face rapidly.
Yeah.
As Frazier.
And he also called him an Uncle Tom, which is the worst thing you could call one black man could call another black man.
Yeah, he taunted Frazier in a way that went because they were friends and Frazier really helped him a lot.
Yeah, slow down there for a second because they get into that with the film. Now, when Ali was banned because of his stance on Vietnam and didn't want to fight, he lost his boxing license for how long?
3 years, I think.
3 years, right?
Yeah.
And he was out of the public eye. He was close to broke. And in this film, there's a great scene where Butch Lewis, who worked for Frazier's camp, was in a limo with Frazier and Ali as Frazier handed Ali money.
Yeah.
That's how bad it got for Ali. Like, here's some money to get you by until, you figure out what's going to happen with your boxing career. And they truly were friends. And then when they reinstated Ali, all of a sudden Ali, according to Frazier, completely turned on him. And Ali explained years later, he was saying all that ugly shit because, he was trying to promote a fight.
I just realized that fucking ear thing was 1997.
That's
wow,
dude.
12
years ago.
I remember I was in the car when I heard that.
I would have said that was probably 3 months.
God, I just got my license.
Or maybe longer.
And Mills Lane, who was the referee, said something about Mike. Mike said, I didn't bite it. He's like, bullshit, you didn't know. Yes, you did.
Yes, you did, Brad. Yes, you did.
I forget. He said something like that. It was right when Mills goes over to get points deducted or whatever. It's in the corner. It happens. You can hear Mills Lane saying something. I don't know if we have it on. You'll be able to hear it on this.
Yeah. I just wanted to slow you down just to get that out. And then Ali turned on Frazier when he got back into the fight game. And he made it so if you were a black guy, you rooted for Ali. And if you were white, you rooted for Joe Frazier, which is completely amazing if you know anything about Frazier's upbringing. Completely amazing. And this documentary gets into it a little bit. The guy lives in one of the worst neighborhoods of Philly. He basically lives in the ghetto to this day. He's a man of his people. He lives in one room above his boxing gym.
Really?
As Ali is making millions and millions to this day. He's pretty much doesn't have a lot of money.
Yeah, I think he's hit hard times financially.
It doesn't usually happen to boxers. Amazing.
Well, not usually. You wouldn't think of a guy like Frazier. I mean, like, lower level guys, but a guy as iconic as Frazier.
I think every heavyweight is broke except for Muhammad Ali and George Foreman.
Yeah.
And it's from what they did after boxing.
Before we continue talking about Thriller in Manila, here we go. Chris in Jersey, tell me if you guys want to talk to any of these guys. De La Hoya versus Trinidad was last super bout.
That was a big one. That was a big one.
A couple people saying that. Lewis Tyson was last big fight.
Yeah, Lennox Lewis Tyson was huge.
Larry Holmes versus Cooney was last huge fight.
Shut up. Looney Cooney. Remember they were calling him Looney Cooney?
Is Frazier even going to be here? Because he had a family member murdered in Philly over the weekend.
No, did he really?
Yeah, grandson or something.
Oh,
Danny was
wow.
telling me.
It's a step-grandson, but, I mean, I'm sure there's still, emotions there.
Oh, wow. Holyfield versus Lewis at the Garden was last huge fight.
Nah, Holyfield-Lewis was big, but I'm sure, but not like... When you think of Frazier Ali, that was a world event.
Yep.
Everybody on the fucking planet wanted to see that. They all wanted to see Frazier Foreman. They all wanted to see Ali Foreman. They all wanted to see Ken Norton. I mean, they all wanted to see these guys fight.
That's what I was telling my girl last night. I'm like, man, 20, 30 years ago, when there was a fight or any kind of pop culture event, the world watched.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then again,
there's so much. There's so many TV stations, the internet,
other things
the
to do.
Twitters,
You
the
can see it later.
Facebooks, and all that you can't get the whole world, or let's say the whole country, involved in one event anymore.
It used to be Wide World of Sports. Like you would turn that on, and that was like your big sports show.
Yeah.
That was it. Now you see sports anywhere. You go to ESPN. They got 20 channels. You go on the internet.
You can't just get that big audience anymore for one thing. You could get it. You could get it as time goes by because people go, you know what, all right, I'm going to go to YouTube and check out what I missed this weekend or whatever. So you do eventually get a lot of people.
On different mediums, people watch it too.
Right,
so,
but back then it was closed circuit. They had him in movie theaters.
So you would go to the Nassau Coliseum. You would go to the Nassau Coliseum and they would have TV screens up and you would sit there with people watching a big TV screen. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even clear.
No.
Well, they fought at 10 in the morning in Manila for the American TV audience. Like when Ali fought Foreman, it was 4 in the morning. They would fight at these weird times, but everyone would give the American TV audience the biggest buying chance. It was 10 in the morning in the fucking Philippines when they went in and slugged it out for Thriller. And I wonder how long it took to get their schedules adapted.
Really? Wake up. I think I'll get my ass kicked today.
Yeah. So the documentary Thriller in Manila. So Frazier was known as he fought for the white people out there.
Wasn't he a deep South guy though?
He was from South Carolina. He was raised pretty much in South Carolina. Which he said was, one of the worst states to live in if you were black. Worse than Georgia, Alabama. He said South Carolina was. Matter of fact, in the documentary they go back to his hometown. Or this one guy said, I went back to his hometown after he was the heavyweight champion of the world, and he went to visit family and friends. I think his mom still lived there, and she was smoking a corn cob pipe on the front porch. And he's the heavyweight champion of the world, and he has a check. He goes to the local bank, and they wouldn't cash the check for him. And he was the heavyweight champion of the world.
And they wouldn't cash it.
Do you have identification? Do you have an account with us?
Hold up his fist. Yeah.
Here's my ID. Wow.
I don't know. I look at Ali, I don't know, a little differently because of this documentary. I know it's Frazier's take on things, but
it's still accurate. I mean, you still know that there's certain things he could not have spun a certain way.
Ali had his charisma, and he just ate Frazier alive, leading up to these fights because Frazier couldn't hang with him on that level whatsoever. And this is something Ali did during one of the press conferences. It's a quick clip from Thriller in Manila. Frazier coming in to promote this today.
Now you're fighting a spiritual holy war when you face me now.
When you're fighting Joe Frazier, is that a spiritual holy war?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because he's the Uncle Tom.
Oh, he's not enough.
He's not why he insists on calling me Cassius Clay when even the worst of the white enemies recognize Muhammad Ali. He's the other type Negro. He's not like me. There are 2 type slaves. Joe Frazier's worse than you to me. That's what I mean when I say Uncle Tom. See, he's a brother. One day he might be like me, but as of now, he works for the enemy.
Works for Whitey.
The enemy. Yeah, he really did not
Muhammad
like white
Ali
people.
was a racist.
He certainly
He was a racist when we were all sitting there like, oh my God, Ali
Love
rules,
this
blah,
guy.
blah, blah.
Look at him with Howard Cosell.
And when he said Frazier is worse than you, he was pointing at the white reporter, obviously. Yes.
Joe Frazier had this fucking odd boxing style where he would just duck. He would literally go down to waist level.
Oh, look at that.
And come up.
And come up. Frazier was a really hard guy to hit, man. He would just, he would duck down to your waist and then roll back up, and he was a really fucking tough guy to hit.
Did you see in the documentary where they talked to some of these older Muslim leaders, and they claim that they fed Ali a lot of that brilliant stuff that he used in the media?
Yeah, something Mohammed, I think. I forget the guy's name was. He said he gave Ali the quote.
What quote was it again?
No, why would I go to Vietnam? No Viet Cong ever called me nigger. And that was Ali's famous quote about why he wouldn't fight. Right. And it was a great quote. Why have no quarrel with
them? This guy swears that Ali had to face the media and didn't know what to say, and the guy told him what to say. Ali said it, and it became his battle cry, basically, for what he believed in.
Yeah, but Ali was, look, he was with the Nation of Islam. He would always have that FOI, the Fruit of Islam, which is like their security hat on. He was hardcore fucking Nation of Islam.
He had an FYI on? I always thought that was...
FOI.
FYI. Get it for your information.
But watching these guys go at it, man, Frazier was so... He literally... Watch how he ducks down. We're watching, like, clips of the Thriller Manila, I think.
It really is.
And Joe ducks down. His hands are always, like, in front of his face, and he ducks down to Ali's waist and then rolls back up and throws awkward
that seems
punches.
so dangerous, though.
Yeah.
You like to have your face down there where you could get an uppercut, like Ali could just bash him right in that head.
Joe had a left hook that could knock the fucking top 3 floors off a building. The Frazier's left hook was supposedly one of the most devastating punches ever.
He wasn't known for his right. He wasn't a...
No, it was a left hook, right, you're right.
He wasn't a southpaw, though, was he?
I don't know. We could ask him. I just don't know.
Oh, he took one right.
Because in the documentary, they talk about how he wasn't known for his right. Ali calls Frazier a gorilla.
They told me I was going to fight in Manila, so I wrote a poem. It'll be a thriller and a killer when I get that gorilla in Manila.
And then he whipped out a little rubber gorilla, which was, he said, the soul of Joe Frazier.
Come on, gorilla, we in Manila. I have a secret place I go to get ready for Joe Frazier. Every day I go to the zoo.
He just
Holy shit.
killed him
What
in the
a
media.
prick.
He would, I tell you, and then he crashed Joe's training camp one time and started taunting him from, like, the rafters of his own training camp.
Like Clubber Lang.
And then there's an incident they talk about in the film that the media never picked up on. Frazier's in his hotel in Manila, and Ali shows up outside the hotel with a gun and starts pointing it up at Frazier after he called him to the balcony.
Yeah, and didn't he start firing the gun up in the air? I mean, not at him, obviously, but he started firing the gun.
How do you do that?
And everyone swears this happened, and they said what's weird is when they were in Manila, wherever they went, they had media, but at this particular point or incident, they didn't have media around, because I guess it was the middle of the night or something, and people were like, he fucking came to the hotel with a gun, which he later said was a fake gun.
Huh.
That was firing blanks, I guess.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm just looking at Joe Frazier's bloodied face.
Yeah.
Amazing. These guys,
Well,
like, they used to just...
15 rounds, too.
Piss out of each other.
Didn't make it to 15.
What's that?
Didn't make it
Well, that
to
was the
15.
14th round, but I mean, they were 15-round fights back then.
Oh, yeah,
now they're
yeah.
12. Those guys fought 44 rounds.
This is the fight where they both went into their corners.
Yeah.
After the 14th round, both guys were completely fucked up.
Exhausted.
What we also learned in this documentary, some people knew this, but I did not. I got to be honest with you. Frazier was pretty much blind in his left eye for his whole career. He had a training accident, and he could just what did they say? He had
limited vision in his left eye, which he completely kept a secret. Nobody knew that except for him and his
It was kind of
trainer.
foggy.
Wow.
He could look out of his left eye, but it was very foggy and he had a training accident. And what happened with this Thriller in Manila, fucking Ali was able to close his right eye. So they were saying...
so he's pretty much blind.
They were saying he went into, I think, the 14th round pretty much blind and having to try to figure out how to stay away from, Ali punching him in the right side. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and so then the 14th round ends. Ali, it's now said, was telling Dundee, his guy, to cut my gloves off. He was done. He didn't want to come out for the 15th round. He was done.
He said, cut him off.
Cut him off. And there's a few people that swear they were sitting ringside and heard that.
Well, no,
unfortunately, Frazier's corner did not hear that at the time.
Yeah.
Because Frazier was so fucked up, too. And Frazier's guy stopped the fight. They never came out for the 15th.
Yeah.
But Frazier wanted to fight. Frazier said he was furious. He wanted to go out. He's like, don't you stop this fucking fight. Do not stop this fucking fight.
You could see it. They were reading his lips in this documentary. He's like, don't stop. And he looked pretty much like Rocky did, where his face was just chopped meat.
Mess.
And
his eye pretty much closed.
That was confirmed because the guy, I think his name was something Hauser. He was Ali's biographer. He was in, yes, Wings Hauser. He grabbed Ali and he said, I'm Ramrod, and he beat him. There was, the guy who was in When We Were Kings, he had said Ali confirmed it to him. He not only had it confirmed, but Ali did say, yeah, I told Dundee to cut the gloves off.
Oh, motherfucker. Joe Frazier's walking down the hall. Is this perfect timing or what?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Is this perfect timing or I'm getting fucking chills?
It'd be funny if he walked in and just knocked you out and left.
I don't give a shit. He can knock me out. I'll take a fucking left hook from him. He's 60-something years old
63.
now. 63.
Where's a little cowboy hat?
Oh, my God. This is perfect timing. I thought we would do a little more radio before Joe came in here.
Oh, I want him to
but really fast because it's going to take him a couple more minutes. He's not
Older
really.
man.
He's moving pretty good.
Yes, he is.
So Frazier's corner stops the fight. Ali passes out in the ring. Ali couldn't
collapsed in the ring.
Collapsed. He couldn't
Wow.
make it into the 15th round.
That's like movie shit right there.
Bring Joe in.
Here he comes.
Joe Frazier.
Hello, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
What's up, Joe?
There
How you doing there, Joe?
How you guys doing?
How are you?
Good, man.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Fast
Thank you for
cars,
coming.
Fast cars and pretty women. Beat you up all the time.
We were just talking about your the Thriller in Manila. We didn't know you were coming this early.
Yeah, we got a copy of it. We watched it last night, and we've been talking about it for the last half hour. It's an amazing film.
Yeah. Guys did a good job on it, man.
It's amazing how many... I didn't know that there was so much real animosity between you guys. And when you watch this, you get a really ugly view of Muhammad Ali. You showed a really ugly side of Ali that was eye-opening.
He always been like, let's say, rookie.
Rookie?
That's the new word. He always been rookie, man. Like, people that helped him, he forgot. He don't have nothing nice to say to him. Like all the guys that he fought over the years, he call him Bear, Gorilla. Well, I think I was the Gorilla. I act my part. Bear, Gorilla, ugly. And like, he was light, bright, damn near white.
Well, Joe, he came out afterwards.
Light, bright, damn near white.
He came out afterwards in the New York Times and said that was just to promote the fight. But do you think that's bullshit? Do you think that went way beyond promoting the fight?
I got a few more words for that. Besides bullshit. There's a lot more behind it because, I think the guy probably was more nervous with some of the opponents, that he didn't really show what he was going to try to crank them up to get them wild or get them to say different things, to make them nervous that they don't want to fight him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the way it was.
So he talked the game.
The more he talked, the harder I trained.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I asked him when the bell rang, I hope you got your lunch.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't gonna have no breaks in between.
Would it frustrate you? I'm sorry. Would it frustrate you because he was taunting Foreman in Zaire? Would it frustrate you in those moments when he was holding your head and trying that psychological game on you, or would it not bother you?
Yeah, he mugged me on the second fight all night long.
Mugged you?
Mugged me like he wanted to kiss me. I didn't want to kiss him. We were there to fight, not to hug and kiss each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for the people that don't know, there were 3 fights. The first one, Frazier won.
No, I won all 3 of them.
I think so.
And then I'm sorry about stopping you right there. I won all 3 of them. You know what I mean? You can look at him now. We had 3 fights. I'm walking, I'm talking. You know what I mean? He ain't nothing but a hound dog. Working all the time. So I'm like, I'm enjoying life, and
you're enjoying life, and Ali
is
pretty much in his own little prison there.
Well,
that's what you mean by you winning all 3 fights.
And the main thing about it wasn't you and I. You know what I mean? You gotta look back to things he said as time went by. Like I'm not making anything up. I am the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
I am the prettiest. I am the fastest. You see? Now you can't be no the.
Yeah.
Me, you could be the, but we can't be the.
Yeah.
That's the up there. And he tried to warn him to ask him to back off. And that he never did what the Lord asked him to do. So that way.
You think he's being punished for his arrogance in a way, like, or his complete arrogance? You're saying, like.
Well, I didn't think that the arrogant part of him being like that. The good man, you and I can't be the, because we don't use that word the. Me, you ain't used the since you been here, dog. The is the man of staff, you know what I'm saying? And he said, I am the greatest. I am the prettiest. I am the fastest.
There was a great...
The good man came in and took over.
Well, Jimmy, let's start with this. Now, Joe, you and Ali were friends. And you held...
Well, now, we wasn't the friends like So like me and you can go out and have a good time.
But you guys looked out for each other. And
we were friends to get the job done.
Yeah, and when Ali was out of the fight game, you were there for him and you were helping him out and you gave him a little loan and you pretty much got him back into the fight game.
I'm the man who went to the White House, asked the president, give him a license.
You talked to Nixon.
That's right. I asked the president, give him a license. It's on film, so I ain't not no lying about it. Ain't not bragging about it, but he asked me to go and talk to him. I went and talked to the president to give him a license.
And it worked.
And it worked. He gave me, Joe, you think you got him? I got it in my back pocket, president.
But you also gave Ali money because he was down on his luck. How much money was it? I need to know.
No more about $500. No big money.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Back in them days, it was big money, but, you know, I never got it back. You know? But a loan to some guys like that is no problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Joe, had you guys fought once by then? By the time Ali left boxing, or was asked to leave boxing because of Vietnam, you had said fought once or twice by then?
None.
No.
Oh, you hadn't fought at all?
No, none.
The war?
You didn't. Oh, that's right. You first fight was 71. That's right. That's right. Okay.
He started fighting Ali after Ali came back.
Matter of fact, the war stopped for an hour of the fight. How you like that?
Vietnam.
Two athletes stopped the war. Now, if you can do that kind of work, he should be able to go over and talk to them people and get their marbles together. You know what I mean? But therefore, he probably
Joe,
probably didn't have that kind of pull like he thought he did. You know what I mean?
I learned a lot from this movie. The one thing that was amazing to me, how Ali made it sound like if you rooted for Joe Frazier, you were against the black man. And Ali was all about, if you root for me, you're rooting for the black man. And what's strange about that is, like, how you were brought up, where you live to this day.
Mm-hmm.
You live in a pretty rough neighborhood in Philly to this day.
The neighborhood is the best neighborhood in the world. Wherever you carry yourself, man.
Well,
you can walk in.
Can I walk through there?
Sure, no problem. Nobody gonna bother you. You ain't bothering nobody. But if you go around shaking somebody's feather, a leaf, you gonna get rain on. You heard
that? But how much does that bother you? That he
don't bother me at all, man.
No, back then when he's trying to tell everybody that
didn't bother me at all. You see how slow I got?
Mm-hmm.
You see I walked out on the fight? Mm-hmm. You see I didn't punch? Mm-hmm. It worried me. I asked him if he got his lunch, that's all.
Yeah.
Joe,
I ain't going nowhere.
He did the same thing to Foreman in Africa. He painted it where he was kind of the black hope and Foreman was the representative of the white man.
He did that to everybody. I think what Muhammad did most of the time, he probably was nervous about us, the guys that he had to fight at the time. So therefore he was going to get hyped up and crazy, get the other guy nervous, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But because, he didn't really know if these guys were going to fight. And when he got me, oh my goodness, he was really surprised, you know what I mean? He thought he was going to go over there and run around, dance, and act a fool. I said, I'll show him where he's at.
You were a hard guy to hit, Joe. You really were. Joe, we were just watching footage of how you would literally duck down to waist level and come. You were almost an impossible guy to get a good shot in on.
I'm a slipperoo.
Yeah.
I was fast when I was fast as hand. He glazed me up here sometimes. Closed the eyes. That's all.
Did he hit as hard as Foreman?
No, no.
Foreman.
Nobody hit George.
George has a big
George be tied up and still punch. he still punch hard.
He said, I read Foreman.
A great guy, though.
He said that he was scared of you. Foreman said that he was afraid of Joe Frazier, and that was why he said when he knocked Frazier down the first time, he was scared that he had really made you angry and that you were really going to hurt him.
Come and get him, man.
Yeah, he was afraid of you.
Yeah, I wish he was like that.
Oh, you don't believe him?
Well, like that. He's powerful. He's a powerful guy. He's a great guy, He adds a lot of good things to the boxing world. And, what we need to discuss now, matter of fact, I don't know what they're doing. Because I don't know who's the heavyweight champion of the world. Those guys are them guys who's being a part of this boxing world. I would hope that somebody step up. Let's say, God bless him, Mr. Suleiman. and be WBC. At least 2 sanctions wouldn't be bad. But all these crazy boxers they got. One guy I thought was making love to the other one in the ring. He got between his legs and started pumping around and moving his body. I said, "What are you doing?" It didn't look like no fight as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, we were just talking about the lack of kind of excitement in boxing now, where there's none of these fighters that you go, holy shit, I gotta see this fight.
A clean sports. I mean, boxing is one of the, let's say, the cleanest sports in the world. You know what I mean? We don't start playing basketball in the ring. We don't play hockey. We don't play football, and everybody in the world wants to fight on the court. On football field, you know what I'm saying? We don't do that. We don't play no baseball, no basketball, nothing.
Yeah, you don't try to do what they do. They try to do what you do.
Fighting goes everywhere.
There you go.
Right.
Everybody wants well, why don't they come on down to the ring if you think you're that bad? I'll make a comeback for some of them.
Where would a guy like, I'm sure people have asked this before, but where would a guy like Mike Tyson or like who was like one of the last big names or controversial names have stood up against guys like Ernie Shavers or Ken Norton or guys from your era?
But Mike had cleaned his act up, you know what I mean? And let's say, he lost a daughter.
Yeah. Terrible.
I'm sorry to hear that, Mike, But I've been to his opening of his film, and he looked like he was a little smile and happy.
Yeah.
I was happy for that, And sometimes you go into places, you've just been relayed by the wrong kind of people, you understand?
Yep.
I'm not going to call nobody particular name, but,
Yeah, you don't have to.
You know what I'm talking about.
Nobody will say Don King. Yeah. I know I'm not going to say it.
No, Don's not a bad guy, man.
Is he not?
No,
You're
man.
the first person I've ever heard say that.
Don got the money. That's all you want. The only thing he had to do is pay the money up. That's all. And that's a hard job, but he done the job right. So Don wasn't a bad guy. No.
Yeah, it wasn't one for you, 2 for me, 1 for you, 3 for me.
No, it was like, that's what it was. The manager go get half 50-50. All right?
Right.
Me the fighter go back and we get another 50. The manager don't know that. Tell the time to pay your bill off. See? And Don don't say no to the fighter. The fighter is the guy that's doing the work, so he give him the money. He get the tickets. Now, when time comes to pay back, the money got to come from you. And the manager don't know about that, see, because you went behind his back. You can't do that. That's not a problem, for a fighter to do. I've done that, you know what I mean? But therefore, I pay everybody back. And was no crazy discussion, If I got your money or your ticket, I want to pay you back. That's what it is.
Let me ask you, as a fighter, because I've never been knocked out. When you're fighting a guy like you're in a situation where George Foreman hits you.
I've never been knocked out.
But not,
so don't ask me.
No, say knocked out. Say knocked down.
I've been knocked down, yeah, okay.
When a guy like Foreman hits you, do you know, like, when he knocks you down the first time, you're like, ugh, it's going to be a long night? Like,
no, what I'm doing down here. Get up off of that
thing. Yeah, Frazier was never knocked out.
No, I never knocked out.
And you only lost to 3 guys. You lost to Foreman, Ali, and who was the third guy?
Yeah, who's the third guy?
I don't even know.
Ain't no third guy.
I really don't know.
I only lost 2 fights.
Oh, so there isn't a third guy.
George Foreman. Muhammad, he never beat me.
Oh, right. That's right. I keep forgetting. Ali didn't beat you.
Look at him now. Look at me.
I forgot. You're right.
Joe,
ain't no sense in going home. Judy got your gal and gone.
You're pretty happy that Ali's in the state he's in, huh?
Well, no, I'm not happy. Like sometimes we don't look at the things that we say and we do sometimes. God's a great God. You understand?
Well, Joe,
and man, let me finish.
Right.
You don't go around talking about I am thee and you could be thee, this, that, thee. You don't use that word. That's the king's word.
Yeah.
The man above thee. When we start talking about him, we can talk about the master.
So
you know what I mean?
This
you
is
don't
God's,
say thee.
This is God's payback.
There you go. God said, shut that down, and he didn't listen.
Well, you really believe that Ali is the way he is because of you, right? And not the Parkinson's?
Do you
believe the beatings you gave him?
Well, I was going to say the Thriller Manila fight was such an amazing fight a lot of people told Ali, "You're done. Don't fight anymore." And he fought for what? Another 5 years.
Guess what? You look at the film and you be the judge of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say one word. You know, we had 3 fights. Look at me. Ain't no sense in going home. Judy got together and go.
Are Joe and the Knockouts getting back together? That's the question.
Joe and the Knockouts.
Let's say I lost 2 fights. That's George Foreman. Okay, all the rest of my fights now. I want you to get my record.
Okay.
Tomorrow and look at it, and it goes like this. KO, 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 knockout, 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 knockout. That's how my record goes. So therefore, I lost 2 fights to George. You know,
he does not
and he was big. Woo!
Yeah,
he's a big guy.
The 14th round.
Let's go ahead, Jimmy.
The 14th round.
We want to talk about the 14th round at Thrilla in Manila.
One of the most famous rounds ever fought. I mean, you fought, I think, 2 15-round fights, and this was your 14th round. And when you look back, which you guys didn't know at the time, Ali had told Dundee to cut the gloves off. He couldn't come out, and you wanted to keep fighting.
Yeah.
And your guy stopped the fight because he was afraid you were going to get mortally wounded. He was really afraid for you.
No, the guy that stopped the fight because the guy knew I had 2 implanted lenses in my eyes. And I wasn't supposed to have been fighting. But therefore, I got by the judges, you know, read the sign. O-F P-Z. Next eye. C-I-T.
Covered up the same eye.
Covered up the same eye.
With the other hand.
He switched hands.
Yeah.
Covered the same eye.
What Joe's referencing,
beautiful.
no one really knew that Joe couldn't really see out of his left eye.
Right.
No one knew. Your
2
people knew, but the opponents never knew that you could not see out of how much vision in the left eye when you were fighting?
I would say my great doctors know. That's why I love them. Those guys. If we didn't have those guys, man, where would we be? Think about it now. You know, today they can take your heart out, put it on the table, operate on it, put it back. Take your lung out, go out there and get somebody's heart, somebody's lung. I mean, who would have thought something like this could happen? So the doctor was there for me.
But what was the percentage of sight in your left eye when you were in your prime? When you were fighting all these guys?
The eye was gone. What happened, when I laid off for a while, I came back. When I took on George, I had a lens. Now, if you could remember, the first round was stopped. The first fight was stopped in the first round. The second fight was stopped in the 6th or 7th round when George knocked that lens out. The night that I couldn't tell him, wait a minute.
You can't start looking around for a lens on the canvas.
Yeah. I might tell him, time, George, to meet my eyes.
Trying to put it in with the glove.
So I went to war with him when the lens was knocked out of my eyes. As long as I was boxing and moving, it was okay.
But getting back to the Thrill in Manila, so we're talking about the left eye you couldn't really see out of.
Right.
And now Ali's working your right eye.
Yeah,
so by the end of 14 rounds, you're in the corner and you're pretty much blind. You could see maybe out of a slit of your right eye, maybe.
I could have stayed close to him, but Eddie said, no, you ain't going out there. I'm not going to be responsible.
But didn't Eddie look over to Ali's corner and go, well, he doesn't look too good either? That's what I don't understand.
Well, I don't think I don't think he even warned about that.
Because how Ali was slumped in the ring in his corner, he looked like he was in deep trouble too.
All right,
and then someone from your camp was sitting close to Ali and heard Ali say, "Cut the gloves, I'm done."
We couldn't go along with that because we couldn't hear it from his corner. But then hey, listen, I'm happy with the way things went. You know what I mean? Now I'm here making movies. I'm going out. I'm still talking to the people. Ain't no sense in going home.
You still have golden pipes, Joe. That's what's important.
Judy got together and gone.
Hey, did you ever resent the public because for the way that they embraced Ali? Were you ever just angry at the public for not seeing him the way you saw him?
No, there's a lot of people in this world. There's enough people for me to share with him to people. So if people love him better than do me, it's okay, no problem. They probably didn't love him. They loved the style, and they loved the noise he makes, and they like the way he handled. So there were also people love me because I come to get the job done. I asked him, did you bring your lunch? because I ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? So this kind of play, the world have to share. You know, we all have to, like, share some as long as it's not crazy vision. As long as it's a good idea, good embraces the people, why not enjoy it? You know what I mean?
You know, one of my favorite moments from the Thriller in Manila is, and I had never seen this before, there's great footage of Joe and Ali on a talk show, and he has just had enough of Ali, and Frazier stands up, and he wants to knock Ali's teeth out on the set of this TV show, and you punked Ali, because Ali's like, sit down, Joe, and you wouldn't sit down.
Grabbed him.
And yeah, they kind of tussled on the floor a little bit.
But the brother was in it. See, the brother got into it.
Yeah, big ass.
He had nothing to do with it. Yeah.
Comes walking into the
He
scene.
had nothing to do with it, but he was there, and like, you know, well, it was two brothers against me, one. So I grabbed the closest guy to me, was Muhammad. So I dumped him on the floor.
He saw Joe's look, though. Joe was really just ready to street fight him right there in the TV studio. It was so great.
Right.
I'd never seen that footage before.
And that wasn't to hype the fight or nothing. That was just pure anger on your part, Mr. Frazier.
That was my common smoke, baby.
That's right. Who was the second greatest fighter ever? I mean, obviously number one is Joe Frazier.
Well,
who's number two?
Let's see as we go along. Any young man or young lady reach the epitome of being a champion is a lot of work. They have reached their greatness. You know what I mean? They right that same margin as Lewis, let's say Marciano, all of Dempsey, all them great guys, man. We have reached that level of being a champion. Where else can you go when you got to be the champion of the world? Mm-hmm. Now you're talking about the whole entire world. The sanctions today, I don't really like what's really going on. So when I get a little quiet down and rest a little bit, and get up all those shocks that I had. I lost a son Saturday. Some guy arrived by the bar and shot in the bar and killed him.
Jesus, sorry to
grandson.
hear,
So I got to go back and start all over again. I haven't been able to get down to my family yet because I've been traveling so far.
Right.
I came in Saturday morning from London.
Wow.
And this happened like Sunday morning.
Damn. Wow. Yeah.
So I got to go back and find out what to do with him and see if we can track this scam booger down. And I hope they would give him to me. I'd like to do a couple rounds with him.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
With his hand tied.
Yeah, you look like you can still do a lot of damage. I shook your hand when you walked in. You still have.
I'm 65 and I feel good. The Lord been, let's say, terribly good to me. And I love it. I got 11 beautiful kids, about 36 grand.
Wow.
Ain't no sense in going home.
Wow, when you're not fighting, you're fucking.
Who was your
What y'all was fussing?
Who was your travel companion in the Thriller in Manila? She was interviewed a few times, and I need to know more about your travel companion.
Your travel companion?
Yeah, in the movie. It's a
white lady.
White lady.
She had like a Philadelphia accent. I don't remember. They said Joe's travel companion. I don't remember her name.
They just kept her.
What the travel companion? She was my secretary.
Secretary?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like, and she was great.
Because the beauty of the Thriller Manila, too, Ali went there with his mistress, and he was partying, having a good time. And Joe's like, fuck that. He left his hotel, went on the outskirts of town, and all he thought about was the fight, as Ali was just having a good old time.
Yeah, well.
And that's how you surprised Ali, because Ali thought it was going to be an easy fight for him.
Now, well, a man's lifestyle is lifestyle, you know. And you can't break that away from him right away. Sometimes we go to the graveyard like that. You know? You can't make no changes. Yeah. And the way he had been training, there's no way that he's going to be able to get around. A guy like me, that's a Marcel, maybe even Mike Tyson might take it. So, you know, it's the idea that, you know, he can't do that.
But Ali was cocky because a great part of this film brings the mistress to Manila, goes to see the Marcos, right? And all the press is there, and he basically introduces her as his wife.
I ain't gonna get in that.
Yeah, his wife. His wife is back home going, what the fuck?
Damn.
Gets on a plane, the first plane to Manila. Ali has some shit.
You guys on the air? You guys on the air?
we
all
can
that
curse.
crazy language?
Yeah, we can curse.
Satellite radio.
Beep, 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 beep,
No, it's okay. It's satellite radio.
Satellite radio, Joe. Come on. Times have changed.
Yeah.
Satellite radio.
Satellite radio.
Give us a curse, Joe.
Oh, so you can say them words, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, no beeping.
Give us a good one.
This how you guys show go. Beep, 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 beep.
Joe had a great quote.
Beep, 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 beep.
Actually, that's what Ali
That's
thinks
all right,
every
fellas.
morning.
No problem.
I think Marvis actually said this in the documentary. I think it was Marvis who said that you were watching Ali light the Olympic torch. And I think he said, like, wow, what do you think of that? And you said they should push him into the fire.
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah, Joe said that about Ali.
Absolutely.
They should push you.
Yeah.
And the voicemail thing, I got it here.
Joe, yeah.
If you call Joe's voicemail, I'll just jump in. This is what you get, Ant, if he doesn't answer the phone live.
Oh, let's hear.
My name is Smoking Joe Frazier. Sharp as a razor. Yeah, float like the butterfly, things like to me, I'm the man, then the job, look and see. Call me. Bye-bye.
I'm the man who done the job. Look and see. Wow.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, the fight's been good to me, and I really love it. And I just want to tell the people, who gets in it. It's not a game. Your life is on the line.
Mm-hmm.
You can get hurt in the gym. You can get hurt on the road in the morning, running and somebody dug a hole, dug in the ground. You don't see it, break your leg, break your neck. So these things can happen in any kind of sports, but boxing is my game, and I love it. I don't want to go back to where it's been. So a man can say I'm a world champion.
Right on.
Then they'll feel better, But what all going on now, I don't know. No, I'm going down to talk to the president. I promise you that. I'm gonna make a step toward that. As soon as those things quiet down, he got a heavy load on his back.
Yeah, he's a little busy.
He got a heavy load on his back.
Yeah, North Korea's been misbehaving lately.
Yeah.
Might have to deal with that. And
you don't need no more of that. You know what I mean? I'll get around like maybe.
now he
point
owns
me
a
to
car
somebody.
company, too. So,
Joe, I know we got to get you out of here in a couple minutes, but the one other thing about the documentary kind of made me sad. You're living in a room above your gym? The great Joe Frazier? It's in the movie Thriller in Manila. Where are you living?
My house was done by the lady who was on the screen, on television.
Yeah.
And she runs like a big business in Wildwood, Pennsylvania, Wildwood, New Jersey.
Right.
And successful. And you go in the restaurant, and it's like this.
Look around.
The father got stuffed animals all over the place. It's a beautiful place. And they open like six months out of the year, as long as the summer goes on. For people that comes down, and she does a fine job.
Mm-hmm.
My house, on top of the gym, it was, you go in and do this. My house was dang near about 200 square feet long. 200,000 square feet long, my house.
Okay.
And it was nice. I mean,
okay.
Nobody gonna come up there and bother me. No. I ain't gonna go down there and bother nobody else.
You just like living there.
I like living there. I mean, why spend $200,000 of a house? And I got a house on top of the gym just as comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is at my hand. So what more? At least I don't know swim pool because I can't swim.
And he's still training fighters. How's Marvin doing?
Marvin's doing great. He's a preacher, you know that?
No, I did not know that. He was good in the film. Very good.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good minister. He's a good father.
Yeah.
He lost his wife a few years back, man.
From what?
Colon cancer. Then he had to take care of the girls. He got his hands full. He's talking about getting married now. I don't know. Well, I'm not married. I tell him, sons, you don't need a wife right now. Yeah, Dad, but I can't. I'm a minister, so I know that too. But you breathing, I mean, you heard me right.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
I've been cutting corner with me,
Yeah, no, we know. How about now? You're still Joe Frazier. Are you still? Women still have to. Are you still picking up women because you're Joe Frazier? They still at least coming to you, and you you still get.
Yeah. Well, see what happened. I was a guy like this, I ain't gonna give you no more than I can take. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big family. I came from a big family, about 16, 17 brothers and sisters, and I was the baby. So I was daddy's pet. You know what I'm saying? Me and my daddy went everywhere together. And I've seen everything he does, but therefore not right down to the nitty gritty, Right. I probably, the people around, he probably steal a little kiss. Mom and dad gone, so I can talk now. He steal a little kiss every now and then, So dad went in the front of the house, and I went in the back. You read between that line.
Yeah.
All right.
Doing a lot of that today, Joe.
And also, I want to promote Joe's website, too. You can get signed stuff from Joe. He sells it from his website, and it's joefrazier.com, and there's all kinds of stuff there. There's photos, and you can get a whole bunch of stuff of Joe's merchandise on the website, which is, it's great.
Joe,
it's a great chance to pick up extra income. And
probably one of the most recognizable fighters walking around. You get recognized a lot?
Well, Ali gets recognized.
Listen,
more.
I think the people.
Yeah, well.
I went to Malaysia. I went to, let's say, the last place on the world. Forgot the name of it.
England? France?
Cleveland?
Where you went? Cleveland.
No, it was New Zealand.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
That's the last one.
They don't know you in New Zealand.
You can't go no further.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like the end of the world.
Yeah, they're too busy with their sheep to know who Joe Frazier is.
But I know the good people, they like maybe a year or two behind us, but they're all good fans. Australia.
Hey, Joe, did you cut up your Olympic gold medal into 11 pieces for all your kids? Is that true?
Yes, I did.
Huh. Who got?
Yes, I did. I love them all.
You got an extra piece laying around? I wouldn't mind.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind a piece of a gold medal.
Well, you ought to talk to them about that.
Yeah, right. They gave them away.
Yeah, I don't really know what some of us still have it. I know one daughter lost
hers.
Lost. The old man might have borrowed for something.
Yeah. Oh wow.
But he went on. Don't worry about him. Yeah, he up there talking to the Lord. Lord sent him over to the other guy place.
He took a trip down?
Yeah.
So it's good to know that Joe Frazier made up with Muhammad Ali. That's what we're learning today. They're good buddies now. And
did he? That's a good question, dude. Did Ali, after the fight, he apologized. He brought in your son. And he said, because Ali was just saying how tough you were and what a great fighter you were. And he apologized to your son for all the things he said and said, tell your father. And you said, well, why didn't he come and say that to me?
That's right. That's right.
Have you spoken to him since then?
Maybe a couple of times. He can't claim himself like you and I, so right. He can't, And see, all that work couldn't have been done by you and I. You know what I mean? That had to have been the man above. Because, he had the same amount of fights that you and I had, or even less fights because these guys never went the distance. You know what I'm saying? Right. I've lost 2 to George that I would admit to. And then, let's see, with tough guy was Bonavena. Ooh! He was tough.
Who?
And then, Bonavena.
Oh, Bonavena.
Yeah, Oscar Bonavena. He's gone on now. He went out there and messed around with a Mustang woman in Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Mustang Ranch?
Mustang Ranch, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what happened?
No.
Don't worry about
it. What happened, Joe?
Wait, what happened? It sounds like it's a good story.
I shot.
You got shot?
Yeah.
At the Mustang Ranch?
You got shot at the Mustang Ranch?
Oh.
Oof. Well, if you're going to get shot anywhere.
I'm sure it was there. Yeah, it was there. Let's see. I'm going to quit before I get in trouble. He took one of the ladies with him back into his country. And I think she came back home. And he acted a fool and came over here to get her.
Oh, boy.
Ain't no sense in going home. Jesus, keep me near the cross.
Joe enjoys singing.
I don't mind Joe singing. He's all right.
Joe's still got a left hook
in the face.
Joe's still got a left hook. He can sing all he wants.
Hell yeah.
No.
I'm looking at the ring. Joe has got some great jewelry. I mean, you have champion jewelry. He's got a great gold necklace with a crown on it and a giant gold ring, and that ring would really hurt if it crashed into your cheek.
No. Let me explain it. This is my sign. I'm a Capricorn. Let's say a king on top and a boxing gloves. My doctor gave me that. This is a $10 gold piece. My doctor gave me that. My son gave me this for a championship fight. You can see my finger. I've been trying to get out of here and see you guys so fast. I left my ring home. See, I got shit. The finger didn't dent it with the ring. So
wow,
it's like life's been good to me, and I love people. I came from a big family, and let's say I can't get too loud because my grandmother was light, bright, almost white.
Oh yeah,
a blonde, a black blonde. I like that.
Really?
Ew. My grandma on daddy's side, mama's side was Indian. Leave the Indians alone. They got no trouble beside me, and you beat them up.
Hey Joe, there's a thing too. When you all those years when you and Ali were having your problems, and you would refuse. I think he had a resentment against you because you beat him. You were the first guy to beat Muhammad Ali. And did you ever call him Ali, or were you always insisting on calling him Cassius Clay?
Well, out of respect, and if you want to have that, that's his name. He wanted I call him Muhammad, But if you get me mad, I can go the other way too, And I don't think it's right for any young man to change his name once mama carried you for 9 months and help you out with mourning, and if I give you a name, they can't change my name. I'm sorry. Mama said Muhammad or Joseph, they're going to stay there.
Yeah, I think you said that, too.
Nobody's going to do that, yeah.
Didn't you say that his mama called him Clay? I'm going to call him Clay? Wasn't that your quote?
No. His mother called him Clay. I said, but my mother gave me my name. I'm going to keep my name. I'm not going to let nobody change my name. The good man above, but not the organization.
Yeah, because he was angry, I think, that he's like, he won't even call me, he said at one point that you wouldn't call him Ali, and he was,
oh yeah, that was, well documented in the film. Well, Joe, man,
I beat him up, so I should be able to call him what I want.
Whatever you want.
You certainly did.
That's for sure.
I mean, you stood 44 out of 45 rounds.
And I still could fight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Look at me.
Yeah, he's in shape. All right, Joe's now punching himself.
Joe has but you have a rock hard. I don't know why I'm surprised. Joe Frazier has a rock hard stomach.
Jimmy, let Joe just punch you in the shoulder.
No,
old school. No, just a little punch to the shoulder. It wouldn't hurt anyone, right, Joe?
Nah, man, he's a little small guy.
A little fella.
Might crumble up his bones. You know what I mean?
Hey, Joe, you like the UFC?
What's that?
The mixed martial arts fighters,
the ultimate fighting.
You scared me. I didn't know what you were talking about.
The karate fighting mix?
No.
You don't like it?
No, there should never be a answer for the fight game. Fight games is that. Nobody changing the rules in the boxing game, in the basketball game. Mm-hmm. You got to change the rules in the football field. That's in the basketball, or hockey, why boxing? You know what I mean? It's aware how to make a lot of money and what the world be.
We're just missing
compromising.
We're just missing the great fighters, though, Joe. We were talking before you came in here. What was the last great fight?
Great boxing match.
And we have to go back almost 10 years, 10, 11 years, we're thinking.
Mayweather's Mayweather's a big fighter, though. Mayweather gets a lot of interest. Not as much like when you and Ali fought, or you and Foreman fought, the whole world wanted to know. Everybody in England,
the whole
everywhere
world watched.
Oh. There's no more of that.
Well, but go back to Joe Louis. Those guys want to see what goes on. Why? It's just to the point where the money is great. The money is great, so everybody wants to get in and get their condolences. You know what I mean? Newark.
Right.
and that's the way how they look at it. They can come in and get a little bruise and bump a little slash on it, like the wrestlers, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They bleed and nobody see you got hit.
How that happened. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. But, it's just one of them things that goes on, man, that, they got to get it back where it used to be.
Right.
That's all I can say. And
all right.
I'm going to go and talk to the president about it. I hope that he will accept it. I said, point me out to somebody. I'm going to carry more than me one. Get a couple of guys, who feel that way to boxing, go up there and sit down.
I thought you meant some muscle.
Yeah.
Bring some muscle with you to the White House.
What? No, man.
It's got to be nice to be Joe Frazier, though, just to say, look, I want to go talk to the president.
No. I'm not going to bug him because I know he got his hands full right now. But maybe when people don't cool off and chill out some, I'll go and talk to him.
You should go and then just stay until they throw you out. That's what I would
I ain't no runaway guy. I'm
Jimmy,
have to see.
just take a punch from Joe.
I don't want to take a punch from Joe.
Just in the shoulder.
No.
Joe, how about a little jab? A little jab to Norton's. Look, he moved his shoulder nice and everything toward you.
How embarrassing would it be if he hit me in the shoulder and I died?
That would be embarrassing.
All right, we should get Joe out
Hey,
here.
Joe, this thriller in Manila
was great.
It's Ali versus Frazier, a vicious rivalry and the greatest fight of all time, and it comes out on DVD today. And I can't believe, I'm not just saying this because you're here, I cannot believe how good this was.
Mm-hmm.
It's different than When We Were Kings. So if you saw that and you liked it, this is the same style, but it's a totally different fight, totally different interviews. Freddie Pacheco is great in this. The people from your corner and your camp that are in this are great. It was really moving. I was surprised at how moving this was.
Butch Lewis was really funny in the film. Good old Butch.
Oh, yeah, the guy that...
Butch was my good friend of mine.
I know. We know that, Joe.
He was a booging buddy.
He was great. And Pacheco, do you want to give him a left hook or what?
Who's that?
Freddie. You like Freddie, right? Freddie Pacheco?
Yeah, well, I didn't follow it too much about what he was doing, but then Butch was always there for the guys. Butch is like, let's say, Don King. I mean, if he talks a lot, you understand, but the money is there.
Right.
I mean, you can't remember.
A lot of fighters
one
don't like
guy
Don
didn't
King, though,
ever
Joe.
Come up with that money, big button.
A lot of fighters don't like Don King, Joe. We've had Don King on the show. Can't get a word.
What
in
have
with
you
this
done?
guy. Me?
What? No, what did he do? He said, why don't people like him?
What have Don
They
done?
basically say that Don King took a lot more money than he should.
No. The government ain't gonna let him do that. The boxing commissioner ain't gonna let him do that. So now, but the fighter gets the money, but therefore one time to pay the money back, he take a vacation. Like you don't remember, you know what I mean? Like, well, why you take this back? Because you got it. All right? You got this amount of tickets. You got this amount of money. What you want me to pay for the fight? Pay you, pay the other guy, and then for tickets too? No. The man can't do that. He was only being nice to the guy. But I think he's a great guy, you know.
All right.
He started this big stuff with the money anyway, when he come out of the clink.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's got an amazing story. Don King has an amazing story. I mean, been in jail. He killed 2 people, I think, and, look at him now.
All right, well, the great Joe Frazier.
Yeah, I love this. I love this DVD. It was really, really moving. And Joe is in it. Ali's not in When We Were Kings. Joe is in this, and he's interviewed through the whole thing. And you're brutally honest. And Joe is one of the few guys alive who is not in awe of Muhammad Ali.
When they finally showed some footage, we're trying to get you out of here, but then there's other things that pop in your head. When you're in your boxing gym, and they finally show footage from Thrilla in Manila, and you're watching it, and in the documentary it says that you're watching this for the first time. Is that true?
That's true.
You just didn't want to see this fight after it was done.
Well, I don't learn. What can I learn out of it?
Right. But you would think if you're involved with pretty much the greatest fight of all time that you would have seen it a couple times over the years.
I can't get very good to train these guys if I look at somebody else, seeing what they're doing right or wrong. That's how I feel about it.
Right.
If I don't look at this guy and see what he's doing wrong, I'm never going to learn anything from looking at my film. It's nothing but a rerun. I can't add anything as the film go along.
It was
it's already done. It's done.
It was a great moment.
Yeah.
Watching you watch this fight for the first time, you could see in your eyes, like you're there. You're reliving it. Like, holy shit! You knew exactly what combo you were ready to hit him with and everything.
I might have some of the older fights locked up upstairs in my house. You know, maybe now, but then I don't learn. I look at guys like Sugar Ray, Armstrong, Joe Louis, Marciano. I can learn from them guys. Well, what I'm going to learn from me? Enough of a rerun.
I was thinking more nostalgia, Joe.
Yeah.
You're looking at your old work like, oh, my God, yeah, this brings back memories.
Yeah, what
kind of like looking at a film of a family vacation.
Yeah. Who's the greatest fighter of all time? Do you think it was Sugar Ray Robinson?
What?
Greatest fighter of all time, do you think it was Ray Robinson?
You leave me out?
Yeah, no. I'm saying
Joe.
who
Now you got to punch him, right? See, now you got to take the punch.
I was saying, who would Joe pick?
Because I asked that question earlier, and I said, "Who's the second greatest fighter?" Acknowledging that Joe Frazier's the greatest ever, Jim.
Well, I was talking about not heavyweights.
Oh, sorry.
You got lucky.
He's trying to get out of me.
I like my teeth.
I feel like any time one of the guys have reached that epitome of being a champion, you know, it takes a lot of desire and, let's say, sacrifice. See what I mean? Why some guys is like stumbling on the base, they can't talk, they can't sing. Ain't no sense in going home. You know, if they can't really do this thing, it's not because somebody laid something on him, he was a great fighter, you know. He didn't sacrifice. Sacrifice is where you got the control. When you gotta leave the wife, the kids, the girlfriend, the boyfriend, if it's a girl, you understand? It's to the point that you have to put all the things aside. There's no loving going on for 7 to 8 weeks.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right?
Women weaken legs, right?
Yeah, that was one of the sayings.
I don't know about that because I was in training camp for 7 weeks, 8 weeks, you know what I mean?
So no sex for 7, 8 weeks before a fight.
That's right. I come to win the fight.
Yeah.
You got a lot of poison inside.
And I ain't going to get weak.
A lot of poison. Joe, why do the white guys bleed more than the black guys in the ring?
What?
The white guys bleed more in the ring.
Like Chuck Webner comes to mind.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a color on it.
Oh, my
I
God.
just probably have softer skin. Skin probably softer.
All right, Jimmy the Great.
A lot of guys light, bright, damn near white. He probably not bleeds, you know what I mean? Because his skin is tough.
Yeah.
It's more, and I got alcohol and water and washed my face, a lot of it, tough on my skin. So I went, and let's say I had one cut, but that big guy, he went uppercut in my mouth.
Oh.
Boom, uppercut. But therefore, I still got.
Those are your real teeth?
I said, no, they're all mine.
Damn.
He fought Ali 3 times and Foreman twice and still has all of his real teeth. That's very impressive.
I got all of mine. Every bit of it.
That's pretty impressive.
All right, they're saying they got to... Oh, we're okay? Okay, cool.
Oh, all right.
They're putting us out?
No, we're okay.
Way to know the gag. Jesus.
Yeah. There's a great scene in when we were in Thriller in Manila when he Ali punches your mouthpiece and it flies out and goes into the 5th row of the press. And it's a great shot. It's a really quick shot. If you didn't know what was happening, you would think something flew across the screen. But he punches your mouthpiece out, and you still keep fighting.
Keep going.
And he still has his teeth.
Probably didn't knock the punch to just protect the front of your teeth. Back here, you're not going to shake it. The majority of the front teeth, that's where you get the whack in more than anything else, you know. And God blessed me to keep all of mine. I got them all, and like I don't think I have no bad ones up there.
No, your teeth look fantastic.
What's that?
They look good.
Yeah, they're all mine. They're mine. And because let's say My fight was like this: knockout, 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 knockout. Let's say out of 100 fights, out of 100 fight amateurs and pro, I think I lost 2 to George.
And that was it.
And I lost the rest of the guys got knocked out.
So, Joe, are you going to sing again? I mean, you went out and sang for a little while, right? Years ago, you were going out on the road and singing. Why'd you stop doing that?
You want to have some fun?
I certainly do.
And now, the time is near. The time is here. Check my hopes and prepare. I say to take the dare. Oh, man, it's time to climb. Right through them ropes and face a man. Have a plan, but state that plan. Not in a shy way. Well, that is right. But come to fight, heck, I'll fight them my way.
Oh, so you did the Sinatra song your own way. No.
Paul Anka wrote them legs for me.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he put the legs for me.
The listeners want a clean version of Ain't No Sense in Going Home because they want a ringtone. Could you give us a little Ain't No Sense?
Ain't No Sense in Going Home because they want to save it as their ringtones.
Who said that?
The listeners want to hear the when you were singing Ain't No Sense in Going Home.
Yeah.
Can you sing that line?
Ain't no sense in going home. Jody got your gal gone. Got a good home, but you work too hard. Got a good home, but you work too hard. All you fellas must gather around me. You must hear what I'm talking about.
I wish I knew the words. I want to belt out a tune with Joe. I want to sing a song with Frazier. I can't sing, though.
Take a left hook, Jimmy.
You can't sing?
No.
Yeah, he can, actually.
Happy birthday, I'm very good at.
Jimmy's really good at singing, Joe. He's just being, he's downplaying it. Just sing a song for Joe, Jim.
You look like a everyday man.
Yeah, sing a song for Joe. He's been singing his ass off over here.
Happy birthday to you.
Joe's giving you.
Ooh. Good, right?
Boo.
Ooh. You got a whole another year to go, man. It's the 12th of January.
I have a gift. I have really good pipes.
Yeah, his birthday is in January. Everyone knows that, Jimmy. Why would you sing that?
I was just singing it to Joe.
It's January 12th. I know that.
No, I know that, but I was singing it early because I'm not going to see you in January 12th.
When a man loves a
woman,
can't keep his mind on nothing else.
So I know it's that one part.
Oh, damn it.
I only know when a man loves a woman. How about I could just sing like the one line with you? I could sing the name of the song. And that's it.
What's the name of the song?
When a Man Loves a Woman.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it is. You like country western?
I do, but I don't know many country westerns. Though.
Well,
The Dixie
I
Chicks.
pulled out of Pittsburgh, rolling down the Easy boat. I got my diesel on up and I'm running like I never before. Scream step ahead, all right.
I don't see a cop in sight.
6 days on the road, I'm gonna make it home tonight. I see the ICC checking on down the line.
I'm a little overweight,
but my long wood's way behind. I just passed it with a Mac. I've been passing them trunks all night. 6 days on the road.
See, you just gotta sing with the guy there.
I don't know the
Jimmy?
words.
Joe, just punch him in the face.
Words is the most important thing to, let's say, songs.
A song, yeah.
Because sometimes, you think about that says, who making love to your old lady while you out making love? You ever heard that?
No.
I said, who making love to my old lady while I'm out making love?
Joe Frazier.
That makes
So
sense.
it's a two-handed game, you understand?
Yeah,
Ain't no one-sided thing.
No, you're out making love, and who's at your house?
Yeah, man. What happens? They don't go to the house. They go shopping.
Is that it?
Okay. Bring back one bag of groceries all day long.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then what are they doing the rest of the time? Who's making love?
You better take it your own way, fellas. If you don't, somebody will.
Oh, man.
You guys need to give me a job. We have a good time.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Let's get Joe out of here.
The documentary,
Thriller in Manila on DVD today at DVD stores and Amazon.com, JoeFrazier.com. How's the website? Anything good on there? on your website, Joe?
Yeah.
You got a website? It's joefrazier.com. You don't know.
I leave it up to them guys, man.
Yeah, that's Joe's people.
Let
do
them
that.
handle it.
All right, that's fine.
That's too far on my record.
You're too busy singing and having a good time.
Joe provides.
You don't need to worry about that shit.
I ain't got nothing to do the rest of my life but just enjoy life.
Yeah, see?
I'm 65. You know,
At that
and
point.
I'm going to the mailbox.
I got it.
I'm going to the mailbox, you know. And I still go around having fun.
Yeah.
Making love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how you spell love?
It's good.
What?
How you spell love?
Money.
You got it.
See? Yeah. Me and Joe.
That was great. I wouldn't have gotten that.
I understand
I was so
that.
stupid. I almost went LOVE, hoping Joe would like me.
How come the gentleman head don't talk?
Why doesn't Daniel? He's an alcoholic.
Oh, see,
He doesn't wake up
he
until
had too much
10.
to drink last night.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's hungover.
I understand. No problem.
No problem.
You got
So,
no problem.
unless you're going to punch Jimmy, I think our interview's done.
Yeah.
Who, Jimmy, punch you?
Yeah, punch
They
Jimmy.
want you to punch
Why?
me. I don't
Just
know.
for
I don't
fun.
want you to.
How about a light one?
No, man. Ain't no like punch.
No. A light punch of his
Punch
would.
is a punch. You know,
If you're going to punch, you got to punch.
Ain't that thing no light punch. Yeah.
Would you guys laugh though if Joe did knock me out?
I would.
No,
I would be
man.
laughing so hard. Because
Joe.
you'd come to with your eyes just
Never.
all spinning in your head. And
So look
Listen.
look at his chin. How easy would it be to knock him out? Look at that
No,
nice
he-
chin of his.
No, you ain't got no chin.
that's his defense. You can't hit him in the chin. You hit him right in the throat.
I'll miss that chin. You see, the boy, them long chin and stuff like you know. You ain't no chin.
Joe Frazier just said,
Yeah,
no
but-
chin, Jimmy. Enjoy.
Yeah,
Enjoy that one.
You guys need to give me a job, man. I need a job.
All right.
Yeah,
Do you know how to executive produce a radio show?
The money.
The money? How's the money? It's probably, it'd be better for you than it is for him.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, we're singing to his Steve Jones now.
We're going to take a break. So, Joe Frazier, you coming back to see us again or what?
Hey, man, I ain't gone yet.
All right, if you want to hang out, I don't care. We'll sing some more songs.
Okay, let's see.
We'll see if Joe's still here after the break.
We want to take pictures with Joe Frazier.
Can we take pictures with Joe Frazier?
Oh.
Oh, no.
Let's see. Oh, I wake up in the morning, my head on my eyes. I said hi.
Joe likes to sing.
You know any current songs, Joe?
Oh, I can sing too. Trust me.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song to sing?
I had one called Little Green Apple.
I don't know it.
God don't make little green apples.
Yeah.
It don't rain little green apples in the summertime. What's the matter with you, Jimmy?
I don't know that
How do you
song.
know Green Apples?
No one knows that song.
Who did Green
Let's see.
Apples?
I don't know.
Damn.
I just remember hearing it on the radio when I was a little tyke.
That's amazing.
What about My Way?
I know the original, kind of. I know the Elvis version.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
Do you?
And now?
Mustang Sally.
I don't know that one either.
That's the old.
Think you better slow your Mustang down. That's what I'm trying to tell you now. Mustang Sally now, baby. Oh, yeah. Think you better slow that Mustang down. You've been running all over town. Ow! Guess I have
Yeah.
to put your white feet on the ground. All you want to do is ride around, Sally. Ride, Sally, ride. All you want to do is ride around, Sally.
What are you doing? Jimmy!
Joe Frazier is nuts.
You guys got you hide me now.
All right, he's
Go home and get your fucking shine box.
The great.
Okay, fuck
The great Joe Frazier. Thriller in Manila is out today on DVD. And I guess we'll take a break and come back before I really crawl into a shame hole with my co-host.
The great Joe Frazier.
We love you, Joe. Thank you. Thank you.
Man, I do thank you guys for having me.
Oh, you're the greatest.
Right on, man. Don't say he's the greatest.
Why, he is.
Yeah, but someone else uses that moniker.
I don't care.
Time to go. Hey, man, y'all still in trouble.
Wait. We got to get picks. All right, go to break.
This is how you guys show go. Beep, 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 beep.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Metallica.
How great was that Joe Frazier?
It was just fun. He started singing after a half hour. It's great.
Yeah, crazy person. We had to throw in the towel. He finally got the hint.
He came early. Came a half hour early. So I had quite a few questions prepared and stuff, but we kind of covered everything.
I think so.
Cell phone message.
I think we did good.
And Jimmy got some really nice autographs. I'll tell you that much.
Fucking A, he did.
Yeah, I got Joe to sign a glove.
Boxing glove.
And the inside of the DVD is a picture of Joe and Ali punching. It's a black and white photo, so I asked Joe to sign that to me.
Yep.
But I'll never sell this stuff, man. I'm going to get a couple $100 for it. This is like something I'll just...
You'd get more than that. A signed fucking
glove?
I was about to say golfing glove. Boxing glove
Golfer's
from Joe
glove.
Frazier.
I have another one. I told you it's got De La Hoya on it, Larry Holmes, Jake LaMotta, all those people. But I'm not going to sell that either.
I took that last time I was over your
Opie,
house.
no.
I'll give it back.
I want it.
I'll give it back. I've been just using it at the gym because I've been hitting the heavy bag lately.
Opie, what? That's
Figured
nice.
you didn't mind. And
I
needed a
do.
glove and,
You were wrong.
after the interview, we took pictures with Joe. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He gave me a fake gut punch. He might as well have hit me. The fear I felt, and I doubled over like he really did hit me.
It was one of those things where, you know, the typical picture, you put your arm around the guy, and he puts his arm around you, and you take a picture like your pals. Well, they were doing that, and Joe Frazier moved so fast and threw this fake punch at Opie's stomach and stopped just short of Opie's stomach.
God.
Opie actually bent up, doubled over, and went like, whoa!
I was just waiting for the pain.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you get hit, and it usually takes a split second, then you feel it. That's what I was waiting for. I'm like, oh, my God, he didn't actually hit me. Thank God.
Yeah, it really did look like...
Is Kevin
like he was
Smith
hitting
calling
him.
in?
We have to call him.
Okay.
He said to call him?
Yeah, we can call him if you want.
I don't know if we want to bother him. He said he'd call us.
Very busy man.
He kind of did it. He promised he would call from the set of his new movie with...
No, he called, but we were with Joe.
Oh, really?
We were with Frazier, so he left his contact info.
Yeah, maybe he's with Bruce.
I say we dial up Kevin Smith. I don't want to be a bother.
Oh, my
though.
God, he's directing a movie.
I know.
Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan.
Hello, who's this?
They were doing some filming on the
BQE.
On the BQE. That's great. Been stuck in traffic the whole time. Mm-hmm. Road stinks.
Kevin S. from Brooklyn. He actually left. Yeah, Joe's gone. Fucking the wolves were hanging outside our door.
Really?
Yeah, the stupid wolves.
The wolves?
Grabbing all our guests. Fucking wolves. The fuck, man.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, the wolves were just waiting.
Wow.
Waiting for our guests to bring them on to another show.
I've heard that before. Yeah.
Where do you go after a Joe Frazier interview?
He was singing for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, he was just singing.
I wish I knew
his
his song. I wanted to belt out a tune with Joe.
He loves to sing.
He sure does.
He was in the Knockouts. Played at a place my mother used to work at. Then my mother asked him to sign an autograph to me and my brother Joseph.
The famous story.
Yeah. So she asked, how do you spell Anthony? And she told him. And then he goes, how do you spell Joseph? And
maybe he's not a Joseph, though.
He's a Joe, but...
I'm not a Gregory. I'm a Greg.
Yeah, but Joe
I couldn't tell you how to spell
Joseph,
Gregory.
So he could have just put Joe, I guess. I don't know.
Let's say hi to Vernon in Philly. Vernon?
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Hey, Vernon.
Yeah. Hey, did he come in with the big hat on this again?
Yes, the big white hat. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, that's been his Joe with the big hat and the Cadillac. You know, because like I said, I grew up right like 3 blocks from where he used to have his gym at, right up on Broad Street, and you know, it was like, you know, he used to. You see him up there. He used to help, you know, train guys and, you know, work guys out and stuff like that and everything. And actually, you know, just to give you a little tidbit, there was a lot of good fighters that used to come to his gym. Before Mike Tyson had, you know, got big and famous, he used to train up there a couple times. Yeah. And also, yeah, Tyson. Tyson used to come up there and train. I used to watch him up there and work out. The guy, the damn big head fuck a guy now that's in Philly now.
Oh my God.
You know, that's
You're falling apart, sir.
I feel like Joe's on the phone.
we're trying to hang in there, but you're losing us.
Yeah,
Losing?
Hopkins used to train up there, you know. So he had a lot. He had a lot of good guys used to come through his gym and everything. And I mean, he's generally just a good guy. I mean, I know a lot of, you know, whatever he went through with the Ali situation and that stuff like that. But
why is he living in a room above his gym? He's got to have a house somewhere, I'm thinking.
Yeah. He do. But also, right, he had got involved in a lot of bad business decisions. And actually, I wish, you know, I tried to catch him while he was there because I wanted to see whatever turned out between him and his daughter. Because him and his daughter had went through a serious situation in Philly with a case that was, I don't know if it's still going on or not, where he was actually suing his daughter. She's a lawyer. Jackie Frazier was a lawyer, and she was defending him to try to get him some money back. And then that went bad, and then they had a big fallout, and he turned around and was suing her.
For what reason? Taking some of his money?
No, because he felt like she was he felt that he was being taken for a ride from his daughter, and he turned around and wanted to, you know, try to sue her. But I don't know if he ever got his money, because I forgot how the case was going on about. He was trying to sue for some back money, you know, for bad
This
business.
is Mr. Doesn't really know the details guy.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right.
Later, man.
The one thing Frazier didn't really want to get into, but, you know, with Ali saying that he fought for the white man and stuff, and, you know, Frazier was a ghetto guy. He, was born, raised, and still lives in the ghetto, basically, of Philly.
In the ghetto.
That had to drive him nuts that he couldn't explain that to the press. Like, what do you mean I'm fighting for the white guy, the white man?
Yeah, that was
I'm
Ali
so much more
showboating.
ghetto than Ali ever was.
Ali was showboating.
But then they had the old interviews, you know, white cab drivers, Frazier all the way. Black guys,
really?
Muhammad. I mean, Ali figured that shit out.
Wow, I never even knew
It was
that.
a black versus
Like a
white
kid.
fight with two black fighters.
Amazing.
Just amazing how Ali was able to pull that one off.
Very artistic with his speech, that Muhammad Ali. And then he, of course, because he upset God, God punished him.
Well,
put him in the wheelchair and made it so he can't really talk. Because he mouthed off to people.
After watching this documentary, I understand because Frazier's been saying that the reason Ali is how he is, he's been saying this for years, is because of him. And I was like, come on. But it kind of makes sense because at the end of the documentary, I mean, he took a beating and a bunch of his guys said, don't fight anymore, you're done. So he was not the same fighter after the Thrilla in Manila and took many more beatings in the ring for the next 5 years, leading to probably what's going on with him nowadays.
What's going on with him now? I thought it was from the decon foregone. The decon foregone will get bugs out your house. You just set it and forget it. But don't forget to leave the house, because if you lay in here breathing this shit in, you're not going to be able to talk. The instructions say, sit in house, press button, and leave.
You never left?
I always stay. I forget something. I come back in the house, and I hear the hissing noise in the fog. And I go, because I forget, I go to read the directions again, but I can't see because of the fog. So I go to bed. I breathe in the decon foregone.
Too many times.
Oh, my God. I had a wine tasting at my house yesterday.
Yeah?
Yes.
Was that
Why
good?
wouldn't you on a Monday?
You know what? It wasn't a wine drinking.
Oh.
It was a wine tasting, and I made a point of not making it a wine drinking because, yes, it is Monday. No, I had a guy come over, and because I got to fill up my my little wine closet there downstairs, but I don't know shit about fucking wine. What do I know? What do I know, huh? What are you drinking? Champagne cocktails. So a guy comes over with a little bag full of wine, and we were all sitting around eating cheesy crackers and drinking some good wine and figuring out what I want to stock up the closet with.
How did he get you to taste the next bottle? Did he say anything in particular?
What, like pop the cork and
Try the wine. That's what he's getting at.
I know what he's getting at.
Oh. I really think he didn't get it.
No, I was fucking... Okay, yes. This is what he said.
She was very badly raped, you see.
See, I don't know why he said that.
And then he goes...
First he actually came in.
Good evening.
Yes, then he came in, and I was eating.
Food, all right.
Yeah, and then...
Try the wine.
He was pouring some, and it was good. And I commented on how good it was.
I'm pleased you appreciate good wine.
Yeah. Oh, see, there's the table. And, of course, Keith there. And a lot of bottles of wine.
I see a lot of bottles on the kitchen counter.
And see, there's another glass there that all the wine I was kind of like tasting and then spilling out the rest of the wine out of the glass.
So you could try another one.
Yeah, because, you know, if you drink a lot of wine like that differently...
That's a hangover.
That's a problem.
That's a bad hangover.
Wine gives you really bad ones. But found some good wines. Gonna load that goddamn bitch up.
It's ready to rock and roll.
Oh, yeah.
Stephen S. from Bayshore writes, Joe was great. He's both an incoherent ex-boxer and a tone-deaf singer. Nice. Let's say hi to Jay in South Carolina. Jay?
What do you say, fellas?
Hey.
Hey, listen, Joe Frazier, man, he was actually a reason Ali tried to pull the white man stunt. See, Joe Frazier was actually born in Beaufort, South Carolina. Like, he was grown up really perverse. Had, no money. His parents didn't have much money, just farmed and stuff. And so, see, Ali knew about all that stuff going on. And so he tried to play like the revert, the steel switcheroo. Mm-hmm. And, but yeah, man, he didn't, the ghetto of Philly, until, later on in life, like in his teens or late teens.
Well, that's still kind of growing up there,
Yeah. He's still friend of the white man, though.
Well, your hard ass shit happens in teen years.
Stay up, boys.
All right. No, I don't want any of Dr. Steve's wine in my wine cellar.
You should have it in your septic tank.
God damn. Love Dr. Steve, but that wine.
Was it good?
Dr. Steve's wine's terrible.
How do you know? How do you know if you don't drink it?
I gave it a try. You didn't?
Hell no.
No?
No.
At least try it.
He makes it by liquefying his ball warts.
There's a couple of things there I'd like to ask you about.
Sure.
Can you liquefy ball warts?
Yes, the way to do it is you grind them between your molars until blood and pus mixes, and then you spit it into a fucking glass. That's called liquefying a ball wart.
All right.
And you take a grape and you squeeze a little bit of grape juice, and there you got your wine.
A little sausage. Sugar.
What's the Progeria Kid YouTube channel all about there, Danny? I did not get to hear this yet.
Yeah, I saw this yesterday, and apparently it's getting bigger by the moment as I see some other people have started to find this, and it's kind of making its way around. It's basically just exactly what it is. Some Progeria kid, teen. I'm not sure how old he is, but he's got to be young, but you can never tell with those guys.
Yeah, they got that little voice.
He's got to be a teenager, I'm thinking, because he's
that means he's just about done with his life.
Yeah, and he's...
Oh, God, like a mayfly.
They don't really make it. I don't think they make it to 20.
No. But he seems
teen years are the old age years.
He seems most of his videos are him just dancing around to like rap music and stuff, and he's got a little homeboy going on in there.
All right,
a little bit.
Let's check out the Progeria Kid and his YouTube channel.
All right,
you don't need a visual for this. Every Progeria Kid looks
the
exact same.
Let me pop it up for you here.
Yeah, they really do.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those things like...
they just have different wigs.
One of those diseases that make you look the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is one of the worst ones I've seen.
Really?
Actually. Like, usually they all look the same and they're all creepy.
Oh, wow, that's a creepy looking one.
Yeah, I don't know. This guy's a little much.
Oh, God.
No.
They're so creepy looking.
Look, you blew up so much, the video's gone.
The video has been removed?
Good thing I got it.
By
Why
the
are they
user?
removing the videos?
I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
I'll have to find more. Hang on.
All right, well, let's start with the audio portion. Justin tells you what's to come.
Yo, look up, picture Blue Eyed Chicken Little, Justin, a.k.a. Sim Diggus, Sim Fuckus, Sim Biggest, whatever you like to call me. Yeah, I just like to say thank you for watching a couple of my videos. I know they all about the videos and me dancing, but I'm just telling you right now, there's a lot more shit to come. I got some comedy coming on today. I got my cousins. We gonna do some crazy shit. My homies. We got all that shit. Team Reckless going on. You know, pretty soon there's gonna be a little show. It's gonna maybe come a new episode recently recorded next to this.
I really
Holy Jesus.
Yeah, but I fucked up. That's just Joe Frazier sped up. I'm sorry. I have the wrong clip here.
That did sound a little like sped
I'm really
up Joe.
sorry.
But that guy said he had a comedy coming up?
Yeah.
Love to know that.
Understand what he's saying?
Little comedy.
Two Jews walk into a bar. I'm an amoeba.
It looks like all of his videos are gone now.
Oh, really?
Why is that?
Who had a problem with his videos?
God.
Next week, you're gonna check out, you know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some funny shit. I'm funny myself, you know. If you see my videos, you see what I mean. Because I'm just telling you right now, this is at the end of Some Fuckers. There's a whole lot of shit. And all my viewers who like my video, you can email me, you know, or send me a comment on my MySpace. I'll give you that information a little later. So just check me out, alright? You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Some Puckers
Is that
out.
him?
Team Reckless, peace up. Hey,
All right.
Corona, down. You know what I'm saying?
His face looks like...
There is no God.
You ever put your face like halfway...
on a mirror?
Through a black hole?
I used to put
Hold Event Horizon face.
I used to put my face halfway on the refrigerator. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
use the refrigerator reflection to make the weird
reflection.
double face thing.
Yeah, yeah. And then if you twist your head a certain way,
Yeah,
wow,
you can
he is
squish your
scary.
face. That could be the scariest face I've ever seen.
Oh, he's handsome.
His nose is so ridiculous.
Wow.
Like what?
He looks like a fucking Jimmy Durante Halloween mask.
Yeah, yeah.
What a bad boy.
I'm upset that all of his it looks like his account was closed, so I guess maybe his videos were getting a little too much heat, and maybe he probably
dead.
closed it himself.
Why would he get heat?
No, it's some fucking...
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, wow.
No, I don't know about that.
Look, it says 1987 to 2009.
Yeah, what do you think that's
What's
fucking...
that fucking mean?
That's how long he played for the fucking
was
Cubs?
but he was just uploading videos like last night, so unless he died this morning.
Might have died this
Maybe he
morning.
decided, yeah.
This poor kid.
Up, yo, it's some fuckers. Here's a new skit I'm about to do called Let Up the Celebrities. On this thing, I take 3 celebrities and talk about them, about how stupid or how good they are. The first celebrity I'm going to talk about is Lady Gaga. That is up to her. She doesn't
By the
want
way,
to do
do you
Playboy.
realize that what he has just done is the equivalent of one of us talking for 10 straight years? Do you understand? He just wasted the golden years of his life babbling.
About Lady Gaga.
By the way, Danny just put a picture of Butters up. He does sound like Butters.
Yeah, a little Butters.
Like, yet she talks about it in her song Just Dance. That is up to that. I mean, Playboy already got a boob shot of her in their magazine. She's doing it already. They're paying her mad money, you know? Second celebrity I'm going to talk about, or should I say celebrities, is the Jonas Brothers. What the fuck is wrong with them? Them and their fucking purity rings. Shut the fuck up already, Jonas Brothers. You're gay, you can't sing, and you're going to break up anyway, so just get on with it already.
Kid needs a show.
Yes.
Be on the virus?
Third celebrity I'm going to talk about,
Kid's a
really
dick.
good. His album just came out. Great album, having a relapse. You know what I'm saying? His album, it's funny, it's sad, it's horrifying, You know,
Like
the
you.
devil and everything. Real good
Funny,
album.
sad, and horrifying.
You guys gotta check it out. So, that's my 3 celebrities for my skit on Red Up Pick Celebrities. Hope you like it. Comment me, you know. And if you like it, I'll do another one. Alright? So fuck yourself.
So fuck yourself. What a little obnoxious.
He's a progeria shock jock.
He is.
He's a progeria shock jock.
I'm upset that the account is closed because
Oh shit! I want to see the videos.
because
man.
he's got the new era hat and he's he's motioning like he's all thugged out and everything, and it's just so funny to see that from a progeria.
So why would the videos be gone today and you found this yesterday?
Because that's when everything started happening. Like it was, I saw it. It was emailed in by a few people.
But doesn't he want the exposure?
I don't know. I think he just freaked out. I think his videos were getting a little too many hits.
Why would he freak out?
I don't know.
Something else is going on. What's Comedy Time about?
Oh well, he mentioned that he was going to have some comedy for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so this is the first time he did some comedy for you guys.
Right.
Hey, it's your boy, Justin. Chicken Little. Some buckets. You know, I'm just saying. You know, there's another video. I told you, be coming back at you with that comedy. So I got a joke right here. How tall is Hitler? You know? He's this tall.
What was the joke there?
He just put his hand up. It was like about this tall.
How tall was Hitler? This tall. That's funny. I don't know why.
How about this? What do you get when you cross a womb with alcohol? What do you get when you take a light bulb and you put a little skin around it and let it talk? What do you...
And now some impressions. The aliens from Close Encounters.
Thank you. What do you get when you take a normal life and put a fast forward button on it? All of a sudden, I sound like Teddy the Progeria boy.
Teddy the Progeria. Jesus.
I'm perfect to sit behind in the movie theater because you can see the screen through my head. I'm never in the way.
Translucent pumping head. Oh, it's the blood flowing.
Oh, I'd fucking knock this kid's block off.
Let's go to Pat in Louisiana. Pat.
Yeah, the Jerry Kid sounds like Howie Mandel when he does his Bobby impression. His little Bobby
yeah, that's
kid.
true. Sounds like that.
A little cartoon of a little kid doing that.
I love Howie, but word.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Kid can't be.
Now, that's enough comedy. Thank you.
That's enough comedy? The Hitler joke?
So, I'm looking down the street. I see my boy. You know what I'm saying? I say, yo, get up. He says...
Wait, someone's saying, as far as the Hitler joke goes, he did the this high.
Oh, he did the Heil Hitler thing.
It was hard to tell. I mean, I honestly, watching the
so he
the
goes
video.
about this high and puts his arm straight
See,
up
that
like
would be
Heil
the
Hitler.
joke there.
Oh,
But it wasn't that pronounced. That's funny.
Oh,
all right.
That's
That
funny.
little
In the
fucker's
video, it just
funny.
looks like he goes like this, about this high.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
But
like,
the joke
he
would
did
be
it
where
wrong.
he's doing the...
Yeah.
he's got to work on
The
his
Heil
delivery.
Hitler.
The Heil Hitler.
If he's still alive somewhere.
All right, we'll have to ask him if we can ever hunt this little fucker down.
Dryer, door. If I walk 2 more miles, I'd die.
You know what I'm saying? I say, yo, get up. He says, yo, I don't know you, son. I don't know you. I say, what are you talking about? I just said what up to you. That's all you need to know. Hi. So, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna be making some more videos. Me dancing. But, I'm gonna also be doing shit like this. So now, after time, I'll be shouting out people. I'll be having people on my show. All this shit. But, I'd like to introduce you to my boy, Chicken Little. People say I look like him. See a resemblance. Especially when I play baseball. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. my iPod saying, so here's episode 1 of Symphonicus' World. Alright? Symphonicus' World. Catch that? I'll be coming out new shorts every day. Symphonicus' World. Check
It's a
that out.
disaster.
I love y'all. Peace out. Corona down. Team Reckless. Yeah.
What the fuck did he just do there?
What happens
I couldn't follow along with that.
when you accidentally kill a gypsy's wife?
Creep.
Mike the trucker wants in.
What do you get when you cross a fetus with the evil eye?
Sorry, Mike.
Mikey.
Hey, it's the mini fucking Iron Sheik. Oh!
The Iron Freak. with a completely lacking Iron Sheik.
What happens when mom spends all 3 trimesters working at the microwave factories?
Please tell me you never tell me at all. You know, then I'm drinking alcohol and I'm looking regular. Motherfuckers don't tell me nothing at all. I want to know something, but you don't tell me nothing. Why don't you go fuck yourself and live on your motherfucking self? Why don't you just tell me before I have to break these necks and I'll get some motherfucking... Man, fuck you in the hole. Gang, I will go and have the home. I will sleep without till I beep. And gang, I'll get my revenge. Now I'll be Bob. And gang, I'll get A-Rob money.
Why doesn't Maury have this little fucker on his show? Maury only has the nice Progeria
He's
kids
hardcore,
on his show.
He is hardcore.
This kid doesn't have a fucking ounce of talent.
And then a message to the haters. The Progeria kid has haters. That just proves that there's just
That's right. A message to nature.
Great. fucking scumbags. The haters even go after the Progeria kid just trying to enjoy the last, month of his life.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Fuckers that are representing them. Yeah. To all y'all people who are subscribing to me, do you have a problem with me? Say something to me. Don't comment on my shit. Alright? And yeah, you know I say I have a penis on my fucking stomach? How about you? Huh?
What?
How about that? If you have shit to say about me, then don't fucking subscribe to me. Go watch my videos, bitch. Because people think I'm funny,
eyes.
alright? So go fuck off. Bunch of losers. Fuck y'all. Juggle on homies. Up. Some fuckers. Yeah.
He's a Dick Tracy villain.
He's like a wigger.
Yeah.
A
prigger.
A prig.
This guy stinks.
Oh, man.
Now I'm upset because I wanted to get more from him.
Man. Like, we had a whole thing, but we need to see the videos.
Goddamn YouTube channels, God, I'm so upset.
What the fuck is going on with that? Let's get to the bottom of that. Let's see. This retard is making more sense than Frasier. That's Peter in Massachusetts.
Why?
Here we go. This is a pretty good line. Let's say hi to Rick in St. Louis. Rick.
Good morning, boys.
Hey.
Hello, Rick.
Yeah, Jimmy, you said he doesn't have an ounce of talent. That's because he doesn't weigh an ounce.
An ounce.
Good point. Wally in Jersey. Wally.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello, worst name ever.
Nah.
Wally.
Hi,
Hey,
Wally.
listen, it could be worse. Hey, don't you have a brother named Wally?
No.
No? Well, regardless, this guy is Joe C. This guy is Joe C. from Kid Rock.
Yeah, Joe C. kind of sounded like that,
He
right?
sounds exactly like Joe C. from Kid Rock.
But not when he raps, he sounds worse.
No, if you listen, he sounds exactly the same.
Let's not
Little
fight.
Pajeria loser.
All right, we'll look into that. Thank you, sir. Chris the trucker. Chris?
Sounds to me like little Marky needs a spanking and needs to go back to church.
Kind of like little
Oh,
Marky.
that little Marky character, that idiot does. Oh,
That
remember
creepy
that?
fuck from years ago?
Yeah, I remember. That guy was a lunatic. Is he still doing that little Marky shit?
Who knows? That guy looked like a pedo.
Yeah. All right, Chris. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Love you. Bye.
I like this rap.
We'll take a fine little break. Got food in front of us.
I don't have any food.
Oh, I got food.
Gregorio.
Oh, I
Pretty
got
good
food.
stuff. Made it myself.
Opie and Anthony, stay there.
All right.
Bless you.
Oh. Old school.
84. Shot in the dark. It's very old.
Yeah. This song is 25 years old.
Wow.
Get the fuck out of here. I've been thinking about that shit a lot lately. So in 1984, a song that was 25 years old would have came out in 1969.
No,
59.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm doing that weird math
I like
lately.
doing the backwards thing to the forward thing. It's like, all right,
I'm doing that weird math thing.
More time has passed since then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Beatles haven't even landed in 1959 yet. Nancy Reagan is talking to Ronnie. That's great.
Yes. Really? What's she saying?
Reagan says Obama snubbed her. Also says she sees Ronald's ghost. And has little conversations, little chit-chats with...
You think Ronnie's haunting her?
No, I just heard some of your jokes. Boo. Yes, I'm haunting her. Her big, giant head. What is she saying about Ron?
I don't know if they have, like, complete conversations. It's a little vague. She kind of feels...
he's dead.
She feels his presence and...
She said that she has seances and she'll say, Ronnie, and he'll go.
Yeah.
Yes, I pass gas.
Former First Lady Nancy Reagan said this week that President Barack Obama snubbed her and that he still sees the ghost of her late husband inside her home. Vanity Fair, Obama missed an opportunity when she wasn't invited to a March ceremony where Obama said he'd allow comprehensive stem cell research, but that the commander-in-chief later apologized for the oversight.
Ooh, Nancy, what do you expect from a... Of course you're gonna get snubbed. Boo! Boo! Boo!
I would have gone, and, I don't like to travel, said Reagan, 87, a well-known stem cell advocate. Politically, it would have been a good thing for him to do.
Yes, but...
Oh, here comes the cranky old fuck getting ready for his shift. Ugh.
He's awful, isn't he?
Look how cranky this fucking guy is. Watch the look he gives. He does it every morning. Doesn't have the balls to knock on that door and come in, though. Watch the look. Right about now. He stares. Today we get him shaking his head. And then he looks right there before he goes. See? You kids. You meddling kids.
Get off my lawn.
I love when these people arrive for work. It's great. We missed Little Nicky today because we had Joe Frazier. We couldn't interrupt the Joe Frazier interview.
We could have.
Little Nicky walked by.
Oh, Nicky.
It would have been a good thing. Yeah, sure. Oh, well, no one's perfect, she said.
Oh, especially not a... Who knew I was so racist?
Everyone.
Yes.
It isn't the first time Obama's insulted the first lady, the former first lady.
Did they call her a cunt?
Here's a quote from Obama. I didn't want to get into a Nancy Reagan thing about, doing any seances. Obama joked on November 7th at a press conference. Obama later apologized for his careless and offhanded remark.
Boo.
Why do you have to apologize for everything?
Well, now I'm going to haunt the White House.
Yeah?
Yes, I'm going to be a spook. A ghost in the White House.
Right.
I'm going to go around going, boo, I'm a spook. Yes.
Yes.
That's what ghosts are.
Reagan,
Hello?
who spoke...
That's what ghosts are.
Yes.
Yeah. Reagan, who spoke from her Bel Air, California home, also said she still catches glimpses of Ronald Reagan's ghost in the halls.
I wander the hallways
looking for something. My mind, I think. Is it down here? When you have Alzheimer's and, well, you die, you don't get to remember. It doesn't all come back when you go to heaven.
You would think it would, though.
I asked God for a puppy. I thought I was 3.
I miss Ronnie a lot, an awful lot, Reagan said. People say it gets better. No, it does not.
Yes, it does.
It got better for Ronnie.
Take your nagging.
It sounds strange, but I see Ronnie at nighttime. If I wake up, I think Ronnie's there, and I start to talk to him, she said.
Boo.
It's not important what I say, but the fact is, I do think he's there, and I see him.
It's my old coat on a Coke rack, dummy.
Wow, she's always been into that spiritualist thing, right? Seeing ghosts and fucking...
You don't believe in ghosts?
Seances. I don't know what to believe.
I would like to think there are ghosts.
There are ghosts.
Ted, the ghost hunter.
Yes.
Ted. Very scary.
What's going on with Nancy Reagan?
She sees Ronald.
Yeah.
I'm a ghost.
He's very frightening.
Frightening.
Why is he frightening?
I don't know, because he haunts me.
Why does he haunt you, Ted?
I don't know. He thinks I'm Nancy.
Why would he think that?
I don't know. Maybe because I'm flat chested.
Oh, God.
Fuck her. She's in her 80s. Oh, Ted hates that language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What else is going on?
So she's going crazy.
Yeah.
That's nice to
the
see.
French Spider-Man is back in the news there.
Alan
I like
Rivera.
this guy. They call him the French Spider-Man. Arrested after scaling a 41-story Sydney tower in what? Why don't you guess how long it took the French Spider-Man to scale 41 stories?
An hour?
Very interesting.
Was it? 30 minutes. 25 minutes. 24, 23, 22,
40
21,
minutes.
20, 19, 18, 17,
45 minutes.
What? You lost me somewhere in there as you were getting closer.
Oh, 10 minutes.
Give yourself a bell.
Did it really?
Give yourself a bell.
That's pretty fast.
I think that's pretty fucking fast. Because he doesn't use shit, right? Jimmy
No,
uses
he climbs.
He's the guy with the hands, and that's it?
Yep.
Does he use, what? What does he use? A little powder?
A little rosin, I think, for his hands. And that's it.
He's the one that just horrifies everybody. Let him do his thing. He obviously knows what he's doing. He hasn't fallen yet.
Right, until he plummets.
Yeah, that'll be his punishment when he finally falls.
And then everyone will say that he went doing what he loved doing.
Of course.
Plummeting while he screamed.
Yeah.
Yelling.
Yeah, screaming for 40-some-odd stories.
For that big impact.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to hurt. You
How
know when
does
you
it-
hit your head and it hurts? Like when you go, bong, wow, fuck, you hit your head. Just imagine for that split second before you actually croak. Like, that's really got to be a bam smack.
Probably doesn't hurt.
I bet it does for a second.
Split second.
I bet
But I don't
everything
think it-
does for that split
But I
second.
don't think it registers in time for you to realize how much it hurt.
I bet it does.
You think?
Yeah, I bet.
All right.
I don't know.
Robert. How does a car lose all four wheels on a highway at the same time?
What?
Man, somebody hated this person.
That sounds like a inside job.
This is out of Zurich. A car traveling on a motorway in Switzerland lost all four wheels simultaneously, coming to an immediate halt in the middle of the highway. The car had just stopped, and the passengers had changed from winter to summer wheels themselves, a common task in Switzerland. They change out their wheels in Switzerland?
Switzerland's got to be, like, snowy.
Yeah, I understand they got a lot of snow.
So they put the summer wheels on, didn't tighten the lugs?
Used the wrong nuts when mounting the new set of tires. When they then drove back onto the motorway, all the wheels disconnected. Holy shit. Luckily, no one was injured and no other vehicle was damaged. That's pretty amazing.
It's probably best that all your wheels fall off. If there's like two left, you're going to roll off to one side.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
All four come off, you just skid. You go,
Come
that
to a
was fun.
stop. Go, oh,
fun.
that was cool.
Fun in games. Yeah, I remember snow tires. I used to use them like just as tires. I was a broke-ass motherfucker. I'd have those
Most
tires with the
people did.
studs on them,
and just
You ever
rip
have
up the gravel.
studded tires, and you'd be driving and sparks would come off of your wheels.
Yeah, they don't really have those anymore, right?
No.
They just got an all-purpose tire, I think, for most parts of the country.
Yeah.
And then you use what? A little chains every once in a while?
Yeah. Would they find the plane crash?
Oh, we found the plane crash.
Did
a little
they-
Google map.
Are there pictures of it?
No, not yet.
On Google?
Just that some debris was found. An airplane seat, life jacket, and some metallic debris. And signs of fuel were
Metallica?
found.
What?
Metallic debris. Found in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Blah, blah, blah. Debris was spotted about 410 miles north of the Brazilian island of Fernando de Noronha.
How amazing is it that they found one alive? That is just like the most incredible story in the last 10 years.
Is that a picture of the debris?
Jesus.
If this is the scale, you could figure it was probably...
That's not the scale.
Is that the island?
That would be the
Where's
biggest
Ben?
hand ever if that was to scale.
You know what I mean. Using their scale on the bottom.
That's
that was a good cursor joke. When was the last time you had a good cursor joke?
3 days ago.
Really?
Yeah.
What's Ozzy saying, Jimmy? Released a statement on Tony Iommi's lawsuit.
Did not hear that.
Is this a new statement from
Must be.
Ozzy?
I have not heard any statement from Oz.
Mm-hmm.
What did he say?
I don't know. I'm asking you. You're the Ozzy guy.
But no one told me anything.
You're all Ozzy all the time, my friend.
I don't. Let me see.
Is there a new statement, or is this an old statement?
Apparently,
and we forgot to
I
change
didn't
up
even
the
see
prep
this.
sheet.
Last week, the news broke.
Oh, here's the statement. Wow, it's a long one. It's a lot of reading. I don't know if we want to get into a lot of reading, Jimmy.
I'll explain it.
If it's Ozzy.
All right.
It is with great regret that I had to resort to legal action against my longtime partner, Tony Iommi. But after 3 years of trying to resolve this issue amicably, I feel that no other recourse. Reads a statement from Ozzy.
I'll do that part for you.
As of the mid-1990s, after constant numerous changes in band members, the brand of Black Sabbath was literally in the toilet, and Tony Iommi
Touring under the new name Black Sabbath
was reduced to performing in clubs.
Oh, damn.
Since 1997, when Geezer, Bill and myself rejoined the band, Black Sabbath has returned to its former glory as we headline sold-out arenas and amphitheaters, playing to upwards of 50,000 people at each show around the world. I wonder who worded this, because I didn't. We worked collectively to restore credibility and bring dignity back to the name Black Sabbath, which led to the band being inducted into the UK and US Rock and Roll Hall of Fames, in which Jim Norton asked some very poignant questions in 2005 and 2006.
That doesn't say that.
Respectively.
I see it. It's right there.
Throughout the last 12 years, it was my management representatives who oversaw the marketing and quality control of the Black Sabbath brand through Ozfest, touring, merchandising, and album reissues.
He did. You're absolutely right. This is not Ozzy. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's not written like Ozzy would say this shit.
The name Black Sabbath now has a worldwide prestige and merchandising value. I've never said those words in my life.
Yes. Look at this PowerPoint presentation.
That it would not have had by continuing on the road it was on prior to the 1997 reunion tour.
Then Ozzy addressed Iommi personally by saying,
Tony, I am so sorry it had to get to this point by me having to take this action against you. I don't have the right to speak for Geezer and Bill, but I feel that morally and ethically the trademark should be owned by the four of us equally. I had hoped that by taking this first step, that it will ultimately end up that way. We've all worked too hard and long in our career to allow you to sell merchandise that features all of our faces, our Black Sabbath album covers, and band logos. And then you tell us that you own the copyright. We're all in our 60s now. The Black Sabbath legacy should live on long after we are all gone. Please do the right thing.
What happened?
It sounds a little...
It's Ted Osborne.
It's Ted Osborne.
Ted Osborne.
Ted Osborne.
How annoying was that for everyone listening? My apologies.
Fantastic. I was
No,
getting
I liked
into
it.
it.
I
It
absolutely
really made
liked
the
it.
statement.
I only want to talk like this for the rest of the day.
Made the statement a lot easier to listen to.
Sure it did.
It did.
Hello, Jim. Your producer's a faggot. How did your trademark die?
Wow, so he's, somebody's mad. A
Yeah.
lawyer or Sharon.
Yeah.
That
Well,
seems
you know
to be
what?
Who wrote that?
The bottom line is that they should all four own it. I mean,
Yeah, he's not even saying anyone should.
At this point, he should just take the name.
What's the problem?
they should all own it. It should be 10, 10, 10, and 70.
Yeah. If Tony took the initiative, now Ozzy should try to get the whole damn thing himself.
Right.
Screw the rest of the guys. Or at least Tony. Take his share. Little POFA.
A POFA?
Yeah, we got a POFA that happened on TV.
Nick, you're enjoying that Dixieland music, aren't you? All right. Yeah, go for it, buddy.
Is the weather? It feels like one of those old Albert and Costello kind of movies or something.
Exactly.
You need a da-da-da-da-da-da.
So is the weather anything to dance about?
Well, I'm going to sort of sashay over to the chroma key wall here, and we'll show you exactly.
Maybe you better
what the weather-
backstep.
Yeah, I made a better backstroke with the rain that we're going to have in our forecast here.
Yeah, she said Albert and Costello.
What a bunch of shits.
Oh, she did?
Albert and Costello.
Well, Albert and
What's
Costello.
wrong with that? Albert and Costello.
That's not a bad one.
It's terrible. How does she not know the name Abbott and Costello?
She fucked up, that's
Like
all.
to pluck her fucking eyes out.
Laurel and Hardley.
Who's Laura and Hardy?
Oh, man. Travis had
what happened?
Well, Travis had told me he went on a little trip to Voss's house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, why is he going to Voss's house?
I don't know. Something was going on.
No, he gave us a bunch of baby stuff.
Oh, baby stuff, because he's soon to be a
What, his
daddy.
shoes?
He's very anxious to get rid of everything he has.
his personal collection.
Yeah.
So your description, I curse you for not taking pictures.
Yeah, I really shouldn't have brought it up without pictures, but
yeah.
Jim, have you been to his house?
I have not, or I was taking pictures.
I've heard.
I have been there.
Okay.
So I could back up what Travis. I could even write down what Travis is about to say. Me and Travis didn't even have this conversation.
No, we didn't.
I know exactly where you're going with this, and I'll
Yeah.
back you up. Go ahead, Travis.
Voss's living room looks like a grandmother's living room.
Ring the bell, Ant. That's what I was going to say. He's got all antiques in his fucking house.
No, but they're not antiques.
He bought them from an estate garage sale.
Yeah, they're antiques, technically.
No,
Yeah, they're just old
they're
people's
like,
furniture.
They're like paintings you get from the Marriott. When they say, we're selling all the paintings here at the Marriott Hotel. And you get like these awful paintings.
Yeah, he's got 3 paintings that are just haphazardly hung. One is of a ship.
It's a ship.
So that's what he'll be doing to gigs for the rest of his career. What a fucking jerk.
One is like 2 old ladies in like
one going one way, one's walking the other.
And a turtle-handed idiot in the middle going, what do you want from me?
The dogs are playing poker.
Yeah, that one.
You ever see this one before?
How clever it is.
And they're in those terrible gold gaudy frames.
Oh, yeah,
that you find in museums.
Big, thick frames, gold leaf.
And those are all hanging above his huge old lady couch. It's like a burgundy color, I guess.
Of course.
And it takes up
Colors
about
ever.
3/4 of his living room.
Did you see his memorabilia section?
And it's all scrolly.
When you first walk in, you mean?
When
The
you
stuff
first-
that's hanging?
When you first walk in, he's got stuff hanging.
Yeah.
But it's
Should be him.
it's so shoddy. It's like he took a Polaroid picture of like a computer screen of him on a stage somewhere. It's horrendous how bad this stuff is.
And he doesn't really hang things like with any purpose. It seems like he just closed his eyes and just put a nail in the wall and just decided that that's where he's going to hang it.
Yeah, he's
Because
got
he's an ass.
He's got like a montage of pictures of him being famous.
And what about his television set?
His tube TV.
There's a tube
He
TV.
still has a 30. Well, he's got one of those. Remember, like maybe 5 years ago, they put out those flat screen tube TVs. Like,
Yeah,
they were still huge.
It looks like a flat screen from the front.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just the front flat
It's
screen.
got like a little thin border of something around it, and it's flat. But then you go around the side and realize it's 8 feet wide.
Still giant.
Yeah, it's still too deep to like.
He
fit
has
anywhere
one
near a
of
wall.
those.
You can't really hang it on a wall.
Why wouldn't?
So when we all go digital, they're talking about Voss, right? Voss has to like worry about the converter boxes and stuff.
Yeah, Voss.
I'm sure he still uses antenna to watch TV.
Why would I pay? The TV works perfectly.
And of course, his desktop computer is in his kitchen.
Oh, it is?
Why?
I don't know.
Because he's an idiot.
It's the worst house I've ever seen.
That's funny.
Fucking Voss.
After Voss gives him baby stuff.
I know, he was so sweet. He gave us so much stuff. But we're going to have to go back and maybe ask for more stuff and take a picture.
Hand-me-downs.
Books. It's funny.
All right. Very
Children's
good.
stuff. Oh.
How about
Yes?
Yeah.
zoo employee confuses degreaser with snow cone syrup. Cuban lifts sex change ban. Father accused of biting out kid's eye.
We never did the kid eye biting.
Yeah, we never did that one. Biting it out.
Why not?
Why would you do that? Angry?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, true.
Probably a bad boy.
Grape.
Let's guess why he did this.
Oof.
The kid did something bad.
No, I don't think
the father's crazy.
No, that's crazy. No, come on.
It is a crime that has disgusted and flabbergasted residents.
It was pretty bizarre, you know.
The man who lives here, Angel Vidal Mendoza, is accused of biting out one of his son's eyes and mutilating the other.
Ow.
Police say Mendoza appeared under the influence of PCP back when the April 28th incident took place. They say after he attacked his son, he rolled his wheelchair outside and began hacking at his own legs with an axe. That's when this neighbor intervened.
I just had to hold him down with my knee. There was dry blood around his mouth. I didn't know if it was his own or anything, but I'm pretty sure it was his son now that I heard the story.
Doctors say it's not clear if the 4-year-old boy will ever regain his vision in his eye. As for the dad, he's facing charges of mayhem, torture, and child cruelty.
Mayhem?
Charges of mayhem?
Mayhem.
Where's that in the book?
You're causing mayhem.
What's not in the story, though, is the quote from the kid.
Yeah.
I guess they got to him and they asked him like, what happened. And he said, "My daddy ate my eyes."
Jesus.
No way.
Christ.
Swear to God.
And then he's hatching at his own
Holy
leg.
shit.
And then finally the neighbors go, you know what, I think there might be a problem over there. I'm going to
This has
intervene.
gone far enough.
Yeah, way to go, neighbor.
He wheeled himself out and started hacking his legs with a hatchet. That's great. Oh, that poor kid.
What
That's
is
gotta
this
hurt.
about? We got an update on the tiger mauling story? Keith in California. Keith.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, you know, you guys did that story a few months back about the kids that were throwing batteries at the tiger.
Yes.
They just were awarded $1 million for pain and suffering.
Is this the San Francisco Zoo story?
They were their names are the DeWalt brothers. One
Yeah.
of them's actually in jail for stealing.
Yeah, they provoked the tiger. The tiger gets out because the area wasn't properly what?
It was 4.5 feet too short.
Yeah, it wasn't high enough. And then the one guy's getting ready to be mauled, and he's trying to get into the snack area, and the lady is saying, "No, sorry, we're closed." Not aware that there's a tiger out there, and there could be a problem.
Yeah, it's like, could you let me in?
But now you're telling me one of the kids got $1 million, even though he was the one that provoked the whole fucking thing?
Yeah, both him and his brothers. They were supposedly drunk when they were doing it, and they were firing batteries at the tigers to get them to react.
That'll do it.
Jesus.
I wish they were D-cells.
Is this true, Dan?
Yeah, it sure is. They're going to get $900,000.
What?
And it says the brothers sued the zoo last November. The lawsuit claimed the men's civil rights were violated and accused the zoo of negligence for not building a moat big enough that the tiger couldn't escape.
So we should be allowed to throw batteries at it.
This?
We should allow kids to throw batteries at tigers.
I don't agree with
without
that.
the tiger getting out and attacking us for being pissed off because it got hit
And it
by a
says here
battery.
that the lawsuit also accused Singer, who is the spokesperson for the zoo. They accused him of libel and slander for suggesting the men might have been taunting the cat.
What else do you do with a battery throwing at a cat?
Maybe they weren't.
Were they seeing if the tiger needed flashlight batteries?
Tiger had an iPod.
Well, this is good news.
I love you guys.
Keith, good news, though. Dog shit sniffer from Woodside, a little more to the story. He was guilty of mayhem, but was found innocent of tomfoolery.
Wow. Gotta love our justice system in California.
Thank God he didn't get the tomfoolery charge as well.
Hijinks.
Thanks, guys.
Wow, there's an update for you, huh? What the fuck?
This country is so fucking weird, man.
Well, Ope, it's a crazy world and getting crazier.
Oh, regular Joe.
Did they kill a tiger, too?
Of course they did.
They had to kill the tiger
Yeah.
because some idiots were throwing batteries at it, and the tiger decided, you know what, enough with the battery throwing.
Tiger got a
I'm
payback.
jumping this motherfucking moat, and I'm going to eat the shit out of their heinies.
And so I knew I could get over that moat.
Right. So for minding its
years
own
now.
business, he's dead, and the kids get $1 million.
Yeah.
What a country. What a country. Well, let's go to zoo employee then.
Ooh.
Zoo employee confuses degreaser with snow cone syrup.
That's going to cause some problems.
What kind of problem do you think this caused? Because it could go either way.
I think you would know right away, right?
We're thinking I'm thinking some greasy gears. I mean, some sticky gears. Or a
greasy
horrendous
snow
treat
cone.
for the kids.
It's a horrible snow cone.
Which way does it go?
Horrible treat.
Horrible treat, you thinking?
Yeah.
One of these bottles contains blue degreaser, while the other contains blue syrup. It's pretty hard to tell which is which. The two bottles are the exact same shape, size, and color, and it's those similarities that confused a new zoo employee who accidentally grabbed a bottle of the blue cleaner when told to get more syrup bottles to fill
From
the
where?
snow cone machine.
The garage?
Several of the tainted snow cones were sold to people, including this woman.
And they took bites, and we noticed they didn't taste the same. And so I tasted it. I thought maybe the utensils were dirty. And then someone ran up to us and told us that it was degreaser on top of the blue snow cone instead of the blue syrup.
The people who ate the snow cones spit them out immediately and went to the emergency room as a precaution.
Be careful and pay attention to what you're grabbing,
What a
because
dump.
it could have turned tragic.
Zoo officials say they're very sorry about the mix-up.
Could have turned tragic if you kept eating something that didn't taste good.
Right, it just tastes like bad
That was
butter.
grease.
The best part about that, that woman that was talking who had gotten one of these tainted snow cones, they shot her shadow because she was a big fat person and didn't want to be on the news
See?
about a snow cone story.
Yeah.
So they just shot her, not even in silhouette, but just her shadow on the floor. And so you could tell she was a big mess.
Great big fat person.
Big pig having a snow
Would you be
cone.
able to tell right away before you even chomp into the snow cone that something didn't look right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Something's amiss.
You knew it wouldn't be a salad mishap.
The great Joe Frazier was in studio, and
Certainly was.
he left our show an hour ago. He finally got his liners done for the Opie and Anthony show.
Ah.
He literally just left the studio. You want to hear a little sample of what he did for us?
Greatest country in world, the opium.
We might have a new Opie and Anthony liner champion.
Opium.
Testing 1, 2.
The first one. This is Joe Frazier, and you're listening to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, I have a word. What?
Boy.
What did he say? What did Joe just say?
Anthony Show.
Oh, I have a word. Hello, I'm Smoking Joe Frazier. You're listening to Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Hey, it doesn't matter. Good
Open
enough.
Anthony show. That's right.
Almost.
Open.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie. Okay, that's right. Hello, I'm Smoking Joe Frazier. You listen to the Opie and Anthony Goon Show. Check them out.
Goon show? What? Goon show?
Oh, no. Joe.
Well, you know, reading liners isn't his strong suit. It's punching people.
That's true.
He did a great one for you, too, Jimmy.
Oh, good.
The last one
Yeah, listen.
is my pal, Little Jimmy Norton. This is Joe Frazier, and you're listening to my pal, Little Jimmy Norton.
Oh, yeah, right. Hello there. This is Smoking Joe Frazier, and you listen to the show, My Pal.
Little Jimmy Norton.
Oh, Jimmy Norton. All right. Hello, this is Smoking Joe Frazier, and you're listening to Jimmy Anthony Show live. Hello there. Smoking Joe Frazier, and you're listening to the Jimmy Norton Show.
I like that.
Jimmy Norton show.
I like that.
Oh, see it.
Whatever. We should bring him back in and just do the interview over.
Oh, my
He won't
God.
know.
One more time. My pal, Little Jimmy Norton.
Okay. Hello there. This is Smoking Joe Frazier, and you listen to Little Jimmy Norton Show.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you, man.
Perfect.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, no problem.
Why did Steve give up, you fuck?
Yeah, I should have kept going.
Make him stay there till he gets it right.
It was just...
Well, it was very embarrassing.
Not as embarrassing as your capri pants
That's my
yesterday.
capri pants.
Jeez.
Wow. He had a hard time with those.
Yeah, he sure did. Steve, why'd you give up?
He had to pee.
What? So make him pee his pants.
Yeah.
He had to go to the bathroom, and his guys were hovering outside the studio.
Yeah, but we demand our liners done right.
He had to go to the little champs room.
I would have yelled at him and said, you don't get to pee until you get this right.
Yeah.
Oh, the next time we get a punchy singer in here, I'll make him piss his
Come
pants.
Iron Sheik it. Piss yourself, you.
Line of the day, by the way, which wasn't, no one was brave enough to say. Cigars and scotch. Stroke in Joe Frazier. That did come in a lot.
That is not
So
right.
the cigars and scotch and others, there you go. Cuba Lift sex change ban.
Yeah.
Gooding Jr.?
Dead fat lady removed on flatbed.
Dead flat lady. Dead flat lady on a fat.
Huh?
I was just thinking. Dead fat.
Well, there's something in this story that's so tragic.
She stepped on a foot on the way out.
Outrage and disturbing questions tonight about the treatment of a body by the Marion County Coroner's Office.
Instead of an ambulance or a nondescript van, the coroner's office used a wrecker service to remove the remains of a Northeast Side woman who died yesterday. And they did this in front of her family and neighbors.
How the fuck were they supposed to get her out of the house?
How about the family and neighbors? What are they? The same ones that fed this fucking beast?
What the fuck you want? Them to build a bigger ambulance for your fat body?
Family and neighbors.
Well, Tricia, the Marion County Coroner's Office has characterized the situation as both unusual and delicate. But in fact, the chief deputy coroner here insists that the office acted in the best interest of the victim's family. You be the judge.
All right.
48-year-old Teresa Smith lived a solitary, reclusive life.
Recess.
The handling of her death has become a public embarrassment for the coroner's office.
It should have been handled a little different. You know what I mean? Because putting her on a flatbed truck like they did, that was like putting a cow up there.
Exactly.
Smith weighed 750 pounds.
We're not even talking about a lady that's,
Look.
300 pounds.
Something has to be
400
done.
pounds. We're talking about a 700-pound woman.
When a behemoth dies,
What the fuck did you want?
you can't just throw it in the back of an ambulance and have it doing a wheelie all the way to the coroner's office. Look at the
Smith weighed
size of the blanket.
750 pounds, and the deputy coroner who attended her death called a towing service to remove the body.
It's like they kind of hauled off like trash. It's like they didn't have respect for her body. They kind of just towed her away like she was like a lemon.
She didn't respect her body.
Thank you, Jimmy. You beat me by a second. She didn't respect her own body. What do you want from these people? What do you want? They could have cut her in half and put her in 2 ambulances.
They treated her like the slob she was.
Right.
Exactly.
What the fuck were they supposed to do? For real.
That would be funny. Cut her in pieces right in front of the family with a chainsaw. Stand back.
Should have left her in the house and let her rot for a while until she dropped 400 or 500 pounds.
That would work.
From rotting, and then maybe get her in an ambulance. A bambulance.
Well, I need a bambulance.
And then this part might have been a little rough, this next part.
Uh-oh.
This is the part of the story I might agree with.
They put the spare in her hiney hole.
So far, I don't agree, but this
hiney hole.
But this part got a little ugly.
Many of Smith's neighbors watched the record driver winch the victim's mattress to a cable and drag it into the courtyard.
What really got me is when they took her off onto the flatbed, they threw this dirty carpet on top of her. And I just thought that was so disrespectful.
Once on board, they strapped the body to the wrecker and gave Smith a police escort to the morgue.
we escorted her downtown with 2 police cars and myself and coroner, just in case something went wrong where she was uncovered.
Throughout the entire ordeal, David Johnson and his 13-year-old son watched from a distance, grief-stricken and at the same time disbelieving.
If there was any other way they could have took her out of there, I wish they would have done it that way instead of having to move her out on a giant
helicopter. When they scoop up dead dogs off the street, they don't treat them that way.
Oh, shut up.
No 750-pound dogs dying on the street, dummy. If a cow died, what do you think they'd do? They'd get a fucking same rig. Oh, stop.
What do you if one did?
Yeah, it did.
Did they really use a winch to get her out
what
of
are
there?
they going to do? Pick her up? All that fat?
Big smelly body.
Were they tied to the mattress and then winched the whole thing out?
Yeah.
They should
Who wouldn't want to see that?
No. Like a circus act.
I would have laughed until my fucking throat hurt. Watching that fat fucking spectacle be pulled out by machinery.
Let's see. Yeah, let's go to Chad in Canada. Chad.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Chaddykins.
Hey, listen, usually when we shoot a moose in Canada, we got to quarter it before we can drag it out of the bush.
Yeah, they're pretty
Find it
big.
out.
Yeah.
So they could have quartered her.
It could have been
would've,
worse. Oscar in Ohio.
Yeah, hey, I live in Marion County. Yeah, they actually tied the winch cable to her and drug her up on the flatbed like you do a car. That's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, I'm sure her body wasn't scraping on the pavement.
No.
She was still on the mattress part.
Like they're towing her the yard where they keep your car when you park illegally.
Yeah, I see no problem with what they did.
You can claim your pig at Pier 61, wherever it is.
What was their option? What are they saying they should have done? What's the option?
Treat it with more dignity.
How?
Not cover her with an old piece of carpet.
Let her lay there and just form a new La Brea tar pit. Fucking big fatso. Dumb family just throwing food at her.
Larry the trucker. Larry.
Yes, sir. They wouldn't have got so mad if they had stuck a wide load sticker on her ass and put flags on her hips.
That's very dangerous, though. It's a wide load driving down the street.
Some trucking humor for everybody. I like it, Larry. Larry
Watch
rules.
it out.
All right.
They want a skydiver to come down so the parachute could cover her gently.
Yeah.
She needed to be covered.
Maybe they could
Or
use
just nothing.
Maybe
Just
they-
leave nothing.
Maybe they could use the sheet instead of the rug.
The
That's the
sheet
only-
probably wouldn't cover her.
You don't think?
Probably not.
That's
750 pounds? That'd just be oozing fat. Oh.
Blue Healer, you're right. I guess God needed a fat fucking woman.
God needed a new girl to fuck at the party.
No, she's dead.
Oh,
Yes,
no. What
she
happened?
is.
What happened to this?
Food. No, she's dead. Thank you. Thank you, oh dear friends, for coming to my birthday.
Day.
I almost forgot. That's the first one for today. Almost
Love
forgot.
that one.
All right, why don't we go? Phone's lit, but
I'm
Got
tired.
to make room for the Ronster and the Fedster.
Yep.
Yeah. All righty.
That's what we got to do. Why are they lit, though? They all want to talk about the fat broad?
People just want to praise me.
Yeah. What do you have
Praise
a?
you like I should.
Don't you have a giggle?
Oh, yeah, the fucking theater in Jersey.
The theater in Jersey.
September 26th, it's in Montclair. What's it called?
The theater.
The Wellmont Theater.
Theater.
Yeah.
Theater. The Wellmont Theater. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster or WellmontTheater.com. No, WellmontTheater.com or Tickets.com.
Yes.
I'm going to Florida, too, this month.
For what?
West Palm Beach and West Palm.
Ooh.
Did I say West Palm Beach and West Palm?
West Palm, yeah.
I'm so tired. I met at Fort Lauderdale. I'm fucked up. I'm very tired.
Sarcasm.
God, see, this guy had a... All right, hold on. Dan wants in. Dan?
Yes. I was calling to comment on y'all's dead woman story.
Sure, let's go, Dan.
I'm a truck driver, and I had to actually winch a dead horse up on my truck a couple of times to move.
Yeah, they're heavy.
Yes, they are, and felt like an idiot when I uncovered it and said, well, this one done blew up. She's like, no, that's what caused it. It died of colic.
See, it's twisted up insides and
really?
bloated up.
Yeah, and then after being careful with the horse, I get to where it's got to go, and they just stab it with a hook and pick it up off my truck.
Brian from St. Louis has the best idea. They should have just poured honey on her and let the ants whittle her ass down to bones before removing her from the house.
Good idea. There's someone who's thinking.
See? All right.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes climbing.
Really?
That's Alan Robert climbing.
Wow.
God damn, look at him. He's insane. Most insane person?
Yeah, he's nuts.
He wouldn't consider himself insane, though.
Crazy.
I bet you he would
Fall,
say,
you're
it's
dead.
more dangerous to drive to work every morning than what I do.
You fall, you're dead.
Should have blew her up. Oh, they should have blew her up like the beached whale.
Oh,
God
the whale?
damn, remember that video?
Yeah, whale blubber
If you've
and
never
shit
seen
went
the
everywhere.
video of the whale on the beach being blown up because they didn't know what else to do, so they decided to blow it up.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I think
Do a
that's
little.
one of the first things that were ever on the internet.
I think you might be right. It was probably, something to think about. Maybe we do it tomorrow. What was the first viral video? Anthony might be onto
That
something.
might be it.
The beached whale being blown up because they didn't know how to remove it from the beach could be the first one.
Yeah.
Could very well be the first one.
Because I remember people going,
I remember one with a horse and a lady.
Well.
Sure.
They were hanging out.
Viral video, not home video.
That was an old one.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. The phones are lit, but we got to go.
All right.
See you guys tomorrow.
Later.
This how you guys show go. Beep, 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 beep.